The views expressed on Talk Real Solutions, hosted by Tyrone Thompson at talkrealsolutions.com, are the views of Tyrone Thompson and do not reflect the views of talkrealsolutions.com, YouTube, or etc. The content here belongs to Talk Real Solutions and its many contributors. Views and opinions expressed by all contributors belong to them and not talkrealsolutions.com or Tyrone Thompson, the host, or etc. All data and information provided on the site is for informational purposes only. Talk Real Solutions makes no representations as to accuracy, completeness, correctness, suitability, or validity of any information on this site and will not be liable for any errors, omissions, or delays in this information or any losses, injuries, or damages arising from its display or use. All information is provided on an as-is basis.
All right. Welcome to the show. This is Talk Real Solutions, and I am your host tonight, Tyrone Thompson. I want to thank you for tuning in. Today is July the 30th, 2026. And if you want to participate in the show tonight, all you have to do is call the number at 1-717-908-1834, and I'll open your mic and you can join the conversation. And wait a minute, I don't seem to be getting no audio. Oh, there we go. All right, so yeah, all you gotta do is call in and put in the access code is 642794, and I'll let you join the conversation, and we can continue to do what we normally do on Thursday. And this week just came by so fast. I like to miss y'all tonight. I didn't realize it was Thursday so soon, you know. But I'm here like I always am, giving people an opportunity to talk and say whatever. So what have? Oh yeah. Well, today what I decided to do was I put a bedroom door on my bedroom. I knocked a hole through the wall and put a door there. And ever since it's been up there, it's on the side of the house where the sun really beats a lot, and it seemed like the paint was chipping at the bottom of the door. So I spent a good part of the day sanding down and painting that door. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, by the way, but you know, you got YouTube out there. And I sand down the door jamb and painted it with one coat of paint. I'm going to go over it again with another coat of paint. And yeah, that's what I did today. I'm steady on my weight loss journey. I haven't backtracked. I was down to 174 today, and that's down from 210 pounds. I can't do like I used to do with all this strenuous stuff, but I do walk a lot, and I do try to do things like body weight exercises and lift the amount of weight that I can lift, and just do a whole lot of exercises and burn calories, eat high protein and low carbs is what I'm trying to do. And sometimes you can't avoid eating carbs because all food got everything in it. And I'm not one of those sticklers about, you know, anything, any category of food is bad for you. You know, if you're a vegetarian, you know, what's up, East Coast? If you're a vegetarian, you think meat is the devil. If you're a carnivore, you think vegetables is the devil. If you're on keto, then you think carbs is the devil. If you're a fruitarian, you think everything except for fruit is the devil. And I learned a long time ago that we are human being. So anything edible on this planet, we can eat, but you got to know the right amounts to eat. You know, you just can't go gorge on a whole bunch of sugar, or gorge on a whole bunch of fat, or gorge on a whole bunch of whatever. You just got to do it in the right proportions. And if you like kind of study your macros, that's your fats, your carbs, your proteins, and your sugars, you at your body weight and age, you get a good idea of what portions you're supposed to eat. And that's kind of the mindset that I'm using, even though my carbs are lower than what's recommended, because with me, I got a history. If I look at something sweet, I gain 2 goddamn pounds just by looking at it. And I don't know what the hell it is. I guess it's in my genetics. I get fat as hell real quick. And all I have to do is touch a piece of bread and I gain weight. That's just who I am. Now, that ain't everybody, because you got people out there with high metabolisms that can eat all they want to. My brother and my sister is like that, you know. I see my brother just sit down at a buffet and just eat, and that boy don't never gain no weight. And then I got one brother that is overweight. You know, he probably got the same genetics I got. You know, so you just got to. And my little sister, she can eat a lot and she don't gain no weight. You know, but like I said, I know I can't do that. I can't do that. So. As a matter of fact, I just came off of a time period where I was doing that, and the results was ending up at 210 pounds at 5'9", and that ain't fun. And you know, I think that I was having health issues because of my weight. So I ended up going to the doctor a lot because strange things was happening, like accelerated heartbeat. I was feeling funny and all this kind of stuff. And you know, and it's the thing about these damn doctors. Instead of the doctor looking at you and saying, Mr. or Mrs. Patient, you probably need to lose some goddamn weight. You fat as hell, and that's why you got these symptoms. They won't say shit like that. You know, they'll probably, they could probably say it in a medical term by saying, look, you're too big, you probably need to do this and adjust it. They won't tell you shit like that. What they will do is they will give you medicine and try to medicate the symptoms and not telling you really what's threatening you. And in my opinion, the high heart rate and all that kind of stuff was due to me being a certain weight. That's just my opinion. I ain't getting no diagnosis on it, but I can tell you that since I started losing weight, you know, those symptoms are fading away. So to me, if a doctor sees that that's the problem, they probably need to tell people, look, you too goddamn fat. But I don't think they do that. I don't know why they don't do it. You know, it was funny because I was sitting on the examination table one day, and, you know, when I was a little bigger, I had this little, I don't know, I'll call it a deposit. I call it a deposit on my left shoulder, and it was growing and growing and growing and growing. And I was like, this thing is getting big. And I asked the doctor, I said, what is this? And he said, well, don't worry about it. And he kept examining. And I was like, you don't see this this thing on my neck? So why won't you tell me what it is? And then after he got through with his examination, I asked him one more time. I said, there's no way you can tell me what this is on my neck? And he said, well, that's fat. And I was like, why the hell you just didn't tell me that? I don't know what this shit looked like. So, you know, that kind of gave me a clue that I probably need to stop gaining weight. You know, having parts of your body poke out that's unfamiliar to you, and it ain't nothing but fat. You know, and you know, like I said, as I'm doing what I'm doing now, you know, that whatever the fuck that is I guess it's a fat deposit. It's going away. So clearly it was fat, but I don't know why it was such a hard time for the doctor to actually tell me that was fucking fat. You know, I don't know. I don't think that they tell people that they fat, and they should. You know, and there ain't nothing wrong with being fat. but I know it's a psychological thing with people, and it's embarrassing because that's the way I felt, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear that and all that kind of stuff, but it shouldn't be about the social anxiety and all that kind of bullshit. It should be about health, period, you know. And scientists have did research over the years that show, according to your age, height, and weight, what is healthy for you, and those are the recommendations that I think that doctors should talk to people about. But anyway, there, you know me, I ramble on all day long about that. So that's what's going on in my life. Doing stuff around the house, painting my door, still losing weight, working out, and all that kind of stuff. And I noticed another thing too. I'm 59 years old now, and as I get older, it ain't as easy as it was when I was 40 something. You know, in my late 40s and early 50s, it's just a little harder for some goddamn reason. I don't know, but the key is persistency. You got to continue to do it no matter what. You got to wake up every day and go to work on your goals, and that's what's helping me out, because I know what I got to do every day, and I get up every day and I do it, you know. And I'm not letting food be a factor in that, you know. And that's another thing that drives people nuts, is their cravings for food. You got to have it, but once your body adjusts to having this, and you fill your body up with protein, those cravings kind of go away. So that's like I said, that's what I'm doing. If you guys want to call in tonight, what I recommend is that you do it early. You know, I know a lot of times we get on here and then later on in the show, people calling in right at 12 o'clock, and I hate to cut it off, but you know, that's it ain't my fault that you wait to call in at 12 o'clock. You know, you guys can continue this talk on the line, but if you want, you know, to be a part of the show, just call in when the damn show is happening, you know, between 9 and 12, and you can have all the conversation that you want. You know, I don't know what else to say about it. All right, so what are we talking about now? Donald Trump is still an idiot, and I really don't pay a lot of attention to what he got going on. So much so is I'm googling headlines for Trump today. I don't know what the hell he did. What did he do today? Trump news today. Well, no, I'm gonna put this week. And maybe something will pop up there that he's done. Everything that he do is stupid. Everything that he do. I don't know. It's a bunch of bullshit. I know that they tried to approve that one guy's attorney general, and he's on pause right now, I believe. Ty Blanche. And I think they paused him. I heard it when I was going to Lowe's today. I think they paused his approval because of the weaponization fund. They was asking him, because they got rid of the weaponization fund, where Trump sued the IRS and getting all this money back, and was supposed to pay some of his supporters, and it got shut down in the courts or whatever. And they was asking him about it, and I think they was asking him from the angle, since he's going to be the attorney general, will he be able to reinstate the weaponization fund? And he wouldn't answer the question, so they didn't approve him. So that tells you how this administration is just corrupt, just fucking corrupt. We lost goddamn war with Iran. Trump is still stealing money. There's nothing going on in this country as far as prices getting lower, houses getting lower. Everything is a fucking hellhole right now. We're living up under tyranny, and black people are still getting killed in this goddamn country, and that's because this administration allows it. Speaking of black people getting killed, there's been a lot of news made about Nolan Wells this week. And if you're not familiar with him, Nolan Wells is the young man from Mississippi who went on a 4th of July outing with his majority white friends, and all of them made it back and he didn't. So when they got back and Nolan didn't make it, their answer was it was an accidental death by drowning. And I guess they just thought the family or people would accept that Nolan accidentally drowned. And just so happened he was the only black person or one of the few black people in the crowd. And he came up dead. And they was using drowning as the reason for why he was dead. And nobody's seen anything. And just with that alone, it seems suspicious. Because if you go with a group of people and something happened to you, that group that you went with should be able to explain it, right? And let's say that group of people was not able to explain it. Somebody on that island of white savages, over 300 people, would have seen what was happening to one of the only black people on the island. So you tell me all those people out there didn't see when someone died or an incident that caused them to die. And as the case goes further, because the family is asking questions about what happened to their son, and they want to know, and they got every right to know what happened to their son, racist white America is doing what racist white America, and when I say racist white America, I mean the majority of white America is doing what racist white America do, and trying to invalidate black grief. They're trying to invalidate the death of Nolan Wells. You know, this death and other black deaths are the reason that there was a Black Lives Matter movement. And this is a perfect example why the slogan Black Lives Matter is relevant. Because here you have a black teen that went on a holiday break for the 4th of July and ends up unalived, and everybody around him is trying to play the death off like an accident, knowing that he was an athlete. They said that he was a great swimmer. There was no issues in Nolan's life as far as his parents' accounts. He was a very nice child, and he was looking forward to a future, probably in sports, but definitely going to college. And someone with that type of trajectory shouldn't end up dead, not knowing that this is not the only time that he's been to that island and celebrate it with his friends. So he has the ability to go to that island and come home because he did it before. And the situation started getting strange when the friends returned and started describing what happened, and there was different stories from different people. Some people said that he was stayed on the island waiting for a girl, and the girl, Katie Johnson, I think her name is, she said that, Nolan didn't know. She thought Nolan got on the boat with his friends. So his friends were saying that he stayed with Katie, and Katie was saying Nolan got on the boat. So that right there is two different stories, right? And then the story got even stranger when the mom had to go and retrieve the phone. Well, she had somebody go and retrieve the phone from the people that Nolan went to the island with. That was strange. And then when she got the phone, and she said that there was some missing information on the phone. As they described, because they had a press conference today. Let me see if I can pull that up. They had a press conference today. I use this one. I don't know who WLOX is, but that might be a Mississippi. I don't know where that is, WLOX. Well, this is Nashville. Look like Nashville, Tennessee. Okay, so that was strange that when the mom got the phone back, she said that events on that day was missing. There was no pictures. There was no messages. There was no videos. It seemed suspicious that things on that day were deleted. Now, still, they haven't pointed the finger at any of Nolan's friends. They were just stating the fact that these things seem out of place, that the data was missing off of the phone, that Nolan's friends were saying that he stayed on the island with the girl, and the girl was saying that Nolan didn't stay with her. Those things was out of place. And those alone are reason enough to warrant an investigation. And what even seemed more strange is soon as they came back off of the island, the local media and the police department, I think it was a sheriff, made a blanket announcement and said that there was no foul play in Nolan's death. That was almost immediately when it was announced that Nolan didn't make it back, without an investigation. Or if there was an investigation, that was one of the fastest investigations that I've seen. The sheriff came out and said that there was no foul play. And around that time, I think that's when Benjamin Crump, well, there was another era in this story that I hope people forget about, and I want to forget about it, is somehow or another the family got involved with a social media personality called Charleston White. I don't know if you guys know him or not, but he's an idiot. I don't know how the family got involved with Charleston White, but that was one of the worst things or decisions that they could make at this time. Now, I have a hunch that Charleston White got involved because he's got money, and maybe he immediately felt sympathy for the family, and the family really didn't know about Charleston White. All they know is this big name social media person was offering them help, financially and otherwise, But the reason I say that was a mistake, because Charleston White is a goddamn idiot. Charleston White is he's a fucking fool. I don't know what else to say. The boy ain't got good goddamn sense. And our community, how we do in our community, for some reason, we keep propping up people that is just stupid. And Charleston White is one of those people. I think he was associated with some type of rap group or something. I don't know who the fuck Charleston White is. To be honest with you, all I know is let me see who the hell he is. But every time I hear him say 2 words out of his mouth, I just can't listen to him. So that's why I don't know who he is, because he's a fucking idiot. I don't like listening to idiots talk. I guess he's just on social media. It says Charleston White is an African American comedian, entrepreneur, motivational speaker, and social media influencer. He is known for his YouTube videos and stand-up comedy, and for sharing his criminal past to encourage others to leave it behind. White has cited comedians like Richard Pryor, Red Fox, and Andrew Dice Clay. So that's who he is. He's a social media guy, running his mouth on social media, and I seen him saying crazy shit to women. I see him just stupid shit. Whatever makes him go viral, that's how you catch him. But anyway, the family got involved with this idiot, and doing what he does, he turned against the family, and then he got on social media and started disrespecting the family, disrespecting Nolan Wells, and mimicking was this family? Hold on for a minute. No, I got him. I'm sorry. Charleston White got involved with the other case. What's the boy name? So everything I just said about Charleston White and his family, I think you could. Let me see. I think he got involved with Carmela Anthony. Yeah, so I screwed that up. Either way, he didn't get involved with the Wells family. He got involved with Carmela Anthony, and that's when so just everything I said about Charleston White related to Nolan Wells, just erase all that, because that is not true. My bad. I know how to correct myself. So let's move forward with the Wells situation. So with Nolan Wells, after they found out all those things looked really suspicious, with the boy saying one thing and Katie saying another thing, them getting the phone and the phone having missing information, and the autopsy was getting done, but they wasn't releasing any information. The sheriff came out and said that there was no foul play. With all of that going on, I guess the family requested Benjamin Crump. Okay. So I see where I got it screwed up at. Okay, so yeah, this is where I got it screwed at. He didn't get as close to the Wells family as he did with Carmela Anthony's family, but right here it says that following the death of Nolan Wells, the internet personality Charleston White commented heavily on the situation, resulting in a podcast online figures dissecting his controversial take. And then it says White's commentary includes sharp critiques of the provocative opinions about the incident, sparked public outrage and caused a wave of online speculation about the events. So he did comment on the death of Nolan Wells, and that's probably why I got it screwed up and thought he was associated when he was actually associated with Carmela Anthony. So there we go. So that's what happened. But my point that I'm trying to continue to make is they called Ben Crump. Ben Crump came in, and with the help of Colin Kaepernick and Tyler Perry, I think Tyler Perry paid for the funerals, and Colin Kaepernick paid for the second autopsy. And after the second autopsy was taken to, I think it was Washington, D.C., the results was inconclusive. And some of the findings from the second autopsy is that they didn't send all of the remains to be inspected. And the second autopsy found that there was subcutaneous bruising to the back of the head, which raises questions. Why didn't they send all the body parts? And the body part that I was talking about is the throat. They didn't send the throat to Washington, D.C. And the first autopsy didn't pick up on the bruising at the back of the head, or the redness or swelling at the subcutaneous level on the back of the head. And whenever you're talking about subcutaneous, because I'm losing weight now, so I know what subcutaneous means. That's like you have a top layer of skin, and then you have subcutaneous, which is under the skin, right? So there was bruising under the skin at the back of the head, right? Under those layers of meat at the back of the head. So there was questions raised when Ben Crump came in after the autopsy, and the reason you can tell that white America is racist as shit is because the mother and the father just wants to know what happened to their child. Rightfully so. They should want to know what happened to their child. And that's the only question that they're asking. They have not accused anyone. They have not named anyone. Their only stance is what happened to Nolan. That's the only question that they're asking. They're not Tyrone. They're not Tyrone and saying my child went on this island with a bunch of racist fucking hillbilly savages hicks and came back in a body bag. They're not me. They're not any other black person would say you should have no business hanging out with those dog smelling pieces of shit anyway, anywhere around fucking water. They're not somebody else in the black community. They're not the type of people to actually loudly say what the fuck environment they put their son in around these fucking savages. They didn't say anything like that. They didn't say anything racist. They didn't say anything divisive. The only thing that they said is what happened to Nolan. And with that one question, you've got every racist piece of shit motherfucker attacking this black family. And oh, by the way, I think her origins is part Asian. I think she's Filipino in part. And with all the hell that the Asians is raising against black, they're not standing up for this Asian. Where the fuck is the Asians at? That shows you where the Asians are. They want to be white adjacent and just not even care about black people, period. Not even one of their own. So fuck them too, because at least the Asians should have recognized that they have heritage in Nolan Wells' mother and felt some type of sympathy for her, you know, but they didn't. So fuck them too. So the only question that she's asking and he's asking the father is what happened to Nolan. And because they are black, you can tell the mother got African features on her. You know, she's probably mixed. But because they're black, the savages, because we got a history in this country of being property. We got a history in this country of being told what to do. We got a history in this country of being told what to accept, what to say, what not to say, how to stand, how to talk, how to speak, how to present yourself. We got a history of being told those things, right? And white America can't get over that this ain't the 1800s no goddamn more. So whenever they said your son died from drowning, you supposed to shut your black ass up and accept it. That's why white racist America is upset. It's because when they told us what happened, we not supposed to ask any questions. We supposed to say yes, boss, and move out smartly, right? When the sheriff came on camera and said that there was no foul play, that was supposed to be the final word. When those boys' parents, one being a judge, told their children to tamper with evidence and delete their social medias, we supposed to sit back and not say anything. Now, Nolan's mom didn't say anything about any of that. The only question Nolan Wells' parents have been asking is what happened to Nolan. And whenever she's asking that simple ass question, we're watching evil fucking work. Right? Before Nolan's body was put in the ground, those white kids were protected by that judge down there telling them to delete their social media accounts. And now they're getting lawyers. Why? If it was a simple drowning, that should be simply explained. I don't know, for instance, on this date, we went out on the boat. There were some cables laying in the boat. Nolan fell and bumped his goddamn head and fell into the goddamn water, and we couldn't get him out in time. That's one explanation. Another one is because there was underage drinking. We was on the boat drinking, having a good time. And Nolan had too much to drink. He was staggering all around the boat. And the next thing you know, he was in the water. And we couldn't get him out in time. I don't know. I'm just making up reasons or explanations that could make sense if there was nothing to fucking hide. But whenever everybody all on one accord say that I didn't see nothing, and you have a dead body, and there's 300 motherfucking people on the goddamn island, and all 300 of y'all didn't see one motherfucking black kid die, somebody lying. Now, this is me saying all of this, and Nolan's parents is just asking what happened to Nolan. And in the meantime, the GPS data was put out, and the times that the boat was at certain places didn't correspond where they said they was. So you got conflicting times when these boys or these people said they was one place and the GPS data doesn't match. And all the parents is asking is what happened to Nolan. Well, all this other stuff is going on in the background, and then there was a call, a recorded call came out to where. Now this is the most interesting thing to me, which put the nail in the coffin in my head. These motherfuckers are savages, and they know what the fuck went on. This was interesting to me when this call came out, where they called in that their boat was sinking, right? And then there's been a lot of controversy about what was heard on the audio in the background. I'll get to that later, but right now, this is what I'm trying to tell you. When that call came out, and they called in that the boat was sinking, right? Maybe I ought to download that call. I'll see if I can find that call so y'all can see exactly what the hell I'm talking about. But I'll speak on it. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know I can't do two things at one time. Your boy 59 years old. I'm turning into an old man. Hold on. See, everybody wants the CTO dispatch call. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. If this is it, I'll download it and let y'all hear the whole call for yourself.
Hey,
I don't know if it's playing or not because my speakers go down. Hold on.
all right, of course. How far is the word
Yeah, this is
coming
it.
up, sir?
So what I'll do is I'll download the call, because if I play it like this, only the people on YouTube can hear it, and you won't be able to hear it on the conference call. So I download it and play it. But let me get to my point that I was trying to make and why this call was so suspicious. So I'll talk about it before I download it, and you can hear it your goddamn self. Because I'm not a fucking investigator. I'm not a detective. I don't have no official capacity to investigate shit. But I was born with plenty of common motherfucking sense. Okay? I was born with plenty of common sense. And because these people are savages, and savage is gonna savage and do what the fuck savages do, when I listened to this motherfucking call, I was like, oh, these people full of shit. These people are full of shit. They are full of shit. Okay, so what I'm talking about is the boy called for help for a tow. And whenever he called, he told the operator that the bilge pump was flooded, or it was inoperable. It was flooding the boat, and they were sinking. Okay. And then the operator went on and asked how many people was on the boat, and he kind of stumbled over the number of people on the boat. And then she asked, "How deep are you? How deep is the water in the boat?" And he stumbled over that damn question, didn't ask. And then he sounded like he was trying to manipulate the conversation as he was calling for help. And then the operator went on to call the captain to try to rescue this sinking boat. Right? And whenever it got to that part of the phone call, she talked to the captain and explained the situation. And then she was trying to connect the two together. But while she was on the phone with the captain said, I already talked to his granddaddy about this same fucking boat. And the granddaddy told me not to worry about it. So the boy had already talked to his granddaddy. I don't know what he told the granddaddy, but the story he came up with when he called for the tow was that the boat was sinking. But whenever he talked to his goddamn granddaddy, he clearly told the granddaddy that everything was all right and they wasn't sinking, because the granddaddy talked to the goddamn captain. And when the operator tried to connect the boat and the captain together, he was off the phone call. So this whole story about a sinking boat is bullshit. Like I said, the mama and the daddy is only asking what happened to Nolan. That's the only question that they're asking. So now we got this lie about a sinking boat. Then we got the missing data on the phone. And then we got the boys holding on to the goddamn phone. And the mother having to send a third party to retrieve the phone. And then we got the boy saying that Nolan stayed on the island with Katie. And then you got Katie saying Nolan got on the goddamn boat. And that's all the mama and dad is asking is what the fuck happened? What happened to Nolan? So here's the call. I'll let y'all listen to it for yourself. It's crazy. If you just keep this in mind. If you're on a fucking sinking boat and the operator asks you need the Coast Guard, and guess what his answer was? No, I don't need the Coast Guard. You're on a sinking boat. You're on a sinking boat. Why did you make that phone call? That's my question. Why did you make that phone call? Because the call clearly wasn't because you was on a sinking motherfucking boat. Because you didn't talk to your granddaddy and told you that the goddamn boat wasn't sinking. And like I said, the parents, all they asking is what happened to Nolan. But here's the audio.
To connect you.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd
Hello?
you say? Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either, I think it's, try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like, guaranteed. I don't
All
have the
right,
tag
unless
on
you
here.
have a
It got ripped
membership
off.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
All right, and is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many?
board.
All right, do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right, do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
If not, I can send you a text message.
North. All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm available.
North 30 degrees by 46.72.
All right, 4672. All right, and you were breaking up a little bit. Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
Sorry, look. What
Hello,
do I
can
need
you
to
hear
send
me?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up. If you need assistance, do you have a VHF radio?
No, we do not have the VHF radio.
All right, well, let's try to get you going because you don't have good cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
Right, looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yes.
All right, is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We are sinking, yes.
Is it aground is the question?
No, we're not aground. We are in
Okay.
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right, have to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes.
All right, where would you like it towed to, sir?
You can tow it to Ocean Springs Harbor, or Fort Bayou Launch.
All right, how many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question. Hello, can you hear me?
Try to jump in and pull the plug while you're going.
Hello, sir?
Hello.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many
what's
adults
going
on board?
What's up? There are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
right.
here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Hello?
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right, verify what boat's sinking.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
All right. All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Okay, thank
This is Captain Seth.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're going to have a fee for service come up under.
Okay.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking. and he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on. So
Right.
he said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24-footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat, and he said
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back. So
Oh,
I'm
right.
guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. So they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah,
Or,
they're in a panic. He's saying the
So-
bilge is not keeping up. I asked for Coast Guard. He said no, but he's just really upset on the back end. And, I get it. It's a
Okay.
kid. He just doesn't understand.
oh, okay.
Um,
Do you still have him on the line?
Yes, I still have him on the line. And again, I couldn't find, he couldn't give me anything regarding his grandfather's, membership, so it's just under fee for service.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just talked to. If you want to, we're so tied up right now. We can't really do any non-member jobs right now.
Is he a member? Did you find out if he was a member or not?
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it's his boat or what. I'm not sure what's going on with it. But yeah, transfer the kid over. I'll talk to him, and then I'll call his grandpa back as well.
All right. And did you want me to look up membership number or anything like that to see if he's up? I know you guys are
You can
swamped.
try this cell phone number.
Yes, sir.
Anything on this phone number?
All right. Yep. Yeah, he's an active member. Hold on.
What kind of boat do you have
He
on
is-
there? Same boat?
Yeah, he's one. Yeah, he's one of your members. Yep, 22-foot Triton. All right. I'll just disregard this one. I'm gonna send you over an accurate one under this one. Okay, he's one of your members. You'll get in a couple minutes. Okay.
Okay, perfect. All right, and yeah, just transfer this kid over whenever you get a chance.
All right, transferring now. Thank you again, Captain.
All
Stay
righty.
safe out there. It's crazy. Have a drink.
Oh, it's wild. All righty, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hello? Hello? Are you there? I apologize. I will be disconnecting due to lack of response.
Y'all just heard that with me. And one thing that stood out to me is that when the boy called and told the operator that the boat was sinking, when the captain got a call from the granddaddy told the captain that the boat won't crank. That's what the hell the captain said the granddaddy called him for. Now, there could be a couple of things going on here. Is when the boy called the granddaddy. Okay, so scenario number one. The boy called the granddaddy and told the granddaddy exactly what was going on. I mean, with the death and everything, right? And the granddaddy came up with this scenario to make these phone calls for emergency help so they can have a timestamp and saying that they was having boat problems, right? But the boy and the granddaddy wasn't totally on the same sheet of music, because the granddaddy told the captain that the boat won't crank. And when the boy made the emergency call to the operator for tow service, he said the boat was sinking because the captain just said the boat won't crank. That's what he said. Let me do that one more time. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the spot.
Hello?
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
Thinking, and he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on. So
Right.
he said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24 footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat, and he said,
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back. So I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. So they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah, they're in a panic.
He said that they're in a panic and the boat won't crank. That's what the captain just said that he heard from the granddaddy. While the boy was making the emergency call to unsink the boat because the bilge pump had went out. You see, that's what happened when you lie. It's hard. It is hard to coordinate lies. And that's just human nature of lying. Because you thinking about lying one way, and the next person thinking about lying the other way, even though y'all intention is to lie together and be on the same sheet of music, you're going to tell two different fucking lies. That's just what happens. That's how you catch people in a goddamn lie. You know, I don't know if I'm revealing any goddamn great secrets or nothing, but that's what the fuck happens when you lie. Now, I'm not, like I said, a detective or investigator or nothing, but even sitting on this phone tonight, you can tell that they got a whole lot of other shit going on besides answering the goddamn parents' questions of what happened to Nolan. So all of this stuff that I'm talking about right now is for investigators, Ben Crump, their lawyers and attorneys, the attorney general. It's for all them people to figure out. But just sitting on the sideline listening, there's no way in the fuck I can accept that Nolan died from a drowning accident. And I'm not the only one that's feeling this way. You can see it on social media when people are talking about this story, that it wasn't just a simple drowning. Something else happened. Now, what happened, I don't know. I didn't accuse any of these people of anything tonight. All I'm telling you is that the boy said that he was with Katie. Katie said Nolan left. The boys kept the goddamn cell phone and had to have the mama have a third person pick the goddamn cell phone up. If you're a friend and you're close to the family, you should have went and dropped the goddamn phone off and said, here's your son's phone. I'm sorry about what happened. But that didn't happen. They had to chase the goddamn phone down. Right? And then you got this fucked up phone call to where he's telling us the boat sinking and the boat miraculously didn't need to be rescued. Something happened. Besides them white motherfuckers sitting down there in Mississippi telling us that that boy drowned. Why did the sheriff come out immediately and say that there was no foul play? Without an investigation or a piece of ass investigation, why did they say there was no foul play? Why did the governor of that state come out and attack Ben Crump? For trying to follow the mother wishes of finding out what happened to Nolan. Why did the judge, the parent of one of those children, tell everybody involved to delete evidence by way of their social media accounts? If there was nothing wrong but a simple accident, you wouldn't move like that. As a matter of fact, to absolve yourself for being implemented in any of this, you wanted to be as open as possible. But here you have a judge trying to protect all of those white kids. Something ain't right down there. And then, like I said, I seen Ben Crump have his meeting today. And I normally watch part of it, but I watched the majority of this meeting today. And I'm glad I did. Because I don't know if you guys remember me talking about Daniel Irvin drowning. And nobody was being held accountable for Daniel Irvin's drowning. But now they are. And they're not being held accountable for his drowning. What they're being held accountable for is, I think they took his wallet and his clothes and they threw him in the bushes. So they're being held accountable for tampering evidence. But this is another situation where a black kid went out with his white friends and he was killed. And then they talked about another young man that I wasn't aware of. I remember hearing about this, but because they come so fast, you forget about them. It's this guy named Tyler Smith saying that he was, I'm just going by what they said in the interview today, saying that they were sitting around playing Russian roulette. And Tyler shot himself in the goddamn head. What? And then the mama got up there and said they didn't do any investigation on Tyler. And she was questioning how he died. And she asked the police to investigate. She said she asked them to bag Tyler's hands because the mama was on it. She said if Tyler would have shot himself, he would have gun residue on his hands. The police refused to bag Tyler's hand. The police refused to check the other people who was there for gun residue on their hands. And they allow these people to walk away and calling Tyler's death a suicide. So Benjamin Crump and the other people up there was reminding us that they were all 18 and they all died around the same time in 2026. All three of them. Well, I think Daniel Irvin died in February. Where is it? February? April. Irvin was taken to the Irvin was at a lake in Texas with two other teams on April the 13th. So Irvin died in April, and Tyler died on July the 4th. So he said it's eerie that these boys was born in about the same year, and then all of a sudden all three of them died around the same time. So he had all three of those parents up there, and it was really touching to see what black people continue to go through in this country. And with the Nolan situation, if it seems familiar to you, you know I got a childish damn mind. So to me, it's almost it seems too familiar the way these people are responding to Nolan's death. And what I mean by that? Okay, so say you and your brothers and sisters, right, are all at the house, and then your parents leave, right? And then they tell you, don't be roughhousing, don't be jumping on the goddamn furniture. When I get back home, my house better look the same way it looked when I left, right? I'm pretty sure y'all familiar with those instructions. I know I am. And then everybody say, yes, mama, yes, daddy. And then they walk out the damn door. And no sooner than the goddamn car get out the driveway and they get down the road, y'all start acting the goddamn fool, jumping on couches, jumping on bed, dragging fucking covers through the house, throwing pillows at each other, play wrestling in the house, just doing all kind of crazy shit. The shit y'all normally do when they gone. And when you hear them pull them back up, y'all run around and y'all fix everything before they get back in the house. But this time, y'all knocked over one of them damn whatnots, right? And it's broke. You can't fix it. The shit fucked up on the floor right there in the living room. And then whenever they come in the house, what do one of y'all do? One of y'all will run up to your goddamn parents and say, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. This is what happened. When such and such and such and such happened, he did it, right? So this is why it feels familiar to watch these people response to Nolan's murder, I'm going to call it. Because they running up and they trying to tell us a narrative before we find out the truth. Just like when your parents walking at the house, they're going to find the damn truth. No matter what your little ass said when they walked through that damn door, they're going to find the truth. It's human nature to do what these damn savages is doing, trying to get ahead of the goddamn story. Trying to tell us what to believe. Trying to paint a narrative to protect themselves. That's what that judge is doing. She's running up to the parents and saying, look, this is what happened. He drowned. It was an accident. Right? And at the same time, the judge is kicking little pieces up under the damn couch trying to hide it. So the parents won't see it. This is what them white savages is doing. Trying to get ahead of the goddamn story. It's human nature to do what the fuck they doing, and that's why it's so transparent and you can see through it. We heard the damn phone call where the boy was saying that the boat is sinking. And the captain said that the granddaddy said the boat wouldn't start. It wouldn't crank. We heard the confusion when that boy was asked simple questions about how many people on the boat. Right? He lied and said everybody is in good health. But if no one was on that boat, then everybody wanted good health. Now, there's a beginning part of this audio, and I see you, unknown caller. I'm going to open your line. There's a beginning part of this audio that people has. Let me see if I can play it. Because I don't have the transcript for it. But I'll let y'all hear it right after this music.
Tito, what's this?
Well, yeah, the last thing you heard was, oh my God, right? That's the last thing I heard. And then I heard Nolan. Now, everybody is dissecting that part of the audio. They're enhancing the audio. And there's more things being said that people are saying being said in that background. Like check his chest. A whole lot of things being said in that part of the audio, right? But the reason I ain't emphasizing that part of the audio, and I say it says what they say because my ears don't lie. I hear what everybody else is hearing. But I don't want to jump out there ahead unless Benjamin Crump, Nolan Wales' parents, and somebody who's investigated on behalf of Nolan Wales says that's what the fuck it says, right? Because there's a reason that they're not jumping on that audio. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know why they're not emphasizing that. And it could be strategy. It could be strategy. It could be Benjamin Crump knows what the fuck that audio said. And they're letting it linger out there in the public enough to where people say, hey, what the fuck? Y'all don't hear this? I don't know. But like I said, I'm not going to say it. That's what it said. I believe that's what it says. But until the family comes out and say it, until I can't say that that's what that audio is saying. But it don't look good. It don't look good. Because there's clearly some chaos going on that boat as that boy Warren is making the phone call. Like I said, we've seen this before. We know exactly what their response is. They're trying to get ahead of the story. They're trying to feed the public with a whole bunch of shit. And then racists are being racist and they're demonizing that grieving fucking family. And all she wants to know is what happened to Nolan. And that's what white racists do. I can't remember a time in this country to where Black death wasn't controversial. I can't remember a time where there was a national empathy, national sorrow for our children dying. It just don't happen in this goddamn country. It just don't happen. So I'm gonna shut up. There's somebody push one. I know I've been running my mouth. And look, guys, like I said, if y'all gonna call in now. Call in before 12 because goddamn it, y'all wait till the last motherfucking minute to call in. and goddamn it, I got to go. So I know y'all want to talk to each other. So if you're gonna call in now. Who's this unknown caller? Hello?
Yo, that's me. That's me.
Hey, what's up, Big OC?
Chilling, man. Few things. First off, you said the judge had him delete evidence.
Yeah, the judge. I think Warren's mother is a judge, and when they got back, they told him to delete their social media accounts.
Okay. I didn't hear. I gotta hear Brandon Tatum corroborate that first, so I'll check that off.
Man, fuck Tatum.
You said. Hold up. Officer Tatum said Nolan couldn't have been on that boat because he seen pictures of him after the distress call. So I need you to respond to Officer Tatum saying Nolan couldn't have been on the boat. And I think you're mishearing things when they said you thought you heard Nolan, but they were saying, no, the engines. That's what they were talking about, Tyrone. I think you need to re-listen to that. Officer Tatum said that these boys were raised well and he got to know them and he believes they wouldn't do nothing like this. So I'm trying to figure out why you speculating so much on these boys.
But Officer Tatum is a coon. He's a coon.
You know, I was listening to the interview he had with one of the boys, whatever his name was, the first one. And I remember him saying the water was coming over the engines and the engines were still on.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, he said we all had to move to the front of the boat and shift the weight so the water could start dissipating. You know what I'm saying? And then one of the distress call said, we're sinking. The grandpa said, it won't crank.
Yeah.
So we got three different accounts of what was going on with that boat during that distress call.
So
And who
hopefully,
was the
hopefully, an
credit?
investigation points that out, man, because it's clear. We heard the boy
Who?
call. We heard the boy call saying that we sinking, and then we heard the operator talk to the captain and say the granddaddy said the boat won't crank. So
My question is, they called. Who called the granddad?
the boy, the boy that called the
You sure?
operator called the granddad. Now this is
No,
my
no,
this
no.
is
Because listen.
okay.
When the operator called the captain, he said, "Oh, I just got off the phone with his granddad, and they don't need any help. They're good."
Okay, well listen to this. An emergency pops off, right? The boy don't call for the emergency. The boy calls the granddaddy. He talks to the granddaddy, and he gets off the phone with the granddaddy. The granddaddy said call for a tow service. And then the granddaddy immediately turns around and calls the captain. And while the granddaddy is calling the captain, the boy is calling the emergency like his granddaddy asked him to.
But why is the captain acting so oblivious when it comes to the account information?
Oh, nah, I don't know. Maybe he don't have it at hand or whatever. I don't know. I don't know.
No, because if he talked to the granddad,
Oh,
did the
I get what you're
granddad just
saying.
happen to know the captain to call it? Because the captain said, "Are they members?" You see what I'm saying? For me here in the call, membership wasn't established till she gave the granddad's cell phone, and then the captain said, "Okay, is it the same boat?"
But I heard,
22 foot Triton?
well, I got to understand that they worked that out at the end. That's what I heard.
No, they can't. I don't know if the captain knew if the granddad had an account number because he was asking, "Do they got an account?" Da 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 da. He said, "Well, the granddad said they don't need any help anymore, right?"
Yeah.
So that means the granddad called the captain and got in touch with the captain. Which, how come membership wasn't established at that time?
Now I don't know, but to me, like the audio to me seemed like they worked it out at the end about the membership shit.
Yeah, but that should have been worked out already with the captain and the granddad.
Mm-hmm.
Because the granddad is the member who's
But
calling in about his boat.
I'm telling you, the sequence of events was something happened on that boat. Don't know what. The boy called the granddaddy. The granddaddy gave the boy instructions, call for fucking help. And then the granddaddy turned around, hang up with Warren, and then called that captain and kind of smooth thing over so they wouldn't send a whole bunch of ships out there. And then the boy called the operator and told him that they were sinking. And then maybe, think about this right here. When the lady tried to flip back over, she didn't get a hold of the boy. So maybe the granddaddy called the boy back and the boy hung up on the operator. I don't know. You know what I mean?
To see, it almost seemed like the captain was speaking to the granddad at the same time the boy was speaking to the dispatch.
No, well the captain said that he just got off the phone with the granddaddy, so they were done with that phone call.
Right, so that means, so then how did the granddad say the boat won't crank? And that's what he told the captain. That's what the captain said. And then the boy said, "We thinking."
Well, they was on that phone at pretty close time related. Big OC. I mean, they was working fast.
Well, my question is, were they sinking or was the boat not gonna crank?
They didn't. The boat won't sinking at all because with the GPS information, if you look at those videos, you can see the boat went back to the goddamn port, not synced at all, and then it got picked up and towed to another location, and then it got put back in the goddamn water. So the boat won't sinking at all. So that was a bold-faced lie about the boat being sinking. So I don't give a fuck what Officer Tatum said about the goddamn boat sinking. The evidence showed that boat didn't fucking sink.
Like I told you, if you go back and I'm gonna try to find the timestamp of the white boy when he say how they was trying to fix it.
He's a liar.
Shifted. He said the engines were still going.
He's
But
a
the
fucking
water
liar.
had came up covering the engines.
You can look at that boy. I didn't watch the whole thing because I can't stand Officer Tatum. But you can look at that boy and tell that he was making shit up as he go. And then when Officer Tatum did ask him a relevant question, he would push past the guy. It was like a conversation that he was guiding the fucking interview. You know what I mean? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see if I got Officer Tatum on here. Let me see if this is Officer Tatum.
Hello, Steven, my boy.
Yeah. Hello, my ass. Who this nigga up on that name?
You got nails for breakfast. What's the matter? Why you so ornery? You miss me, huh?
Oh yes, sir. I miss you like a hog miss slop, like a.
There go Officer Tatum right there. I miss you like a hog miss slop. That's Officer Tatum.
You know, did you hear the stuff about Bart?
Now, I seen something about Bart, him being the one that was of age, most likely bought the alcohol, and something about him and Katie dating.
Yeah,
I heard that.
They say Bart maybe used to go with Katie because they showed a picture
Yeah.
of him and Katie, right? So then I guess, Nolan was extra hugged up with Katie. Let Officer Tatum said he was in the water extra off cocaine and liquor.
Man, fuck Officer Tatum. Why are you quoting him? He's lying. He's lying.
But Bart said, I wasn't there. I've been in Wyoming.
I watched Nancy Grace with Officer Tatum, and Officer Tatum, they was talking about the phone messages being missing. And Nancy Grace rightfully said that the mother said that there was no pictures or no videos from that day on that phone. And Officer Tatum said, no, the mama said that there was no social media activity. And then Nancy Grace played the goddamn video where the mama said that the pictures or activity is gone on that day for that phone. So Officer Tatum is a fucking.
You knew Officer Tatum was crazy when he said, you don't get good reception on Horn Island. Because when I got there, I left my phone on the boat.
Yeah, Nancy Grace caught him up on that too. Because he said that he was using his goddamn phone. And then not only that, we just listened to that boy on the phone on that goddamn boat. So there was a cell signal out there.
Well, Officer Tatum said, if you clean your ears out, Tyrone, you should hear that the phone was going in and out.
Man, fuck Officer. Why?
Lets you know.
You trying to work my nerves?
Nah, I'm trying to give you the other side.
Fuck the other side.
Sarge gonna come on here tonight, and everything I'm telling you, that's what Sarge gonna hit you with when he call in.
Well, Sarge is another damn Django Steven. That's who we dealing with. That's who we dealing with now. We dealing with Stevens. I got Elisa on the phone. Elisa, what's happening?
Oh, nothing. I was listening to y'all. I didn't listen to Officer Tatum's video because I have zero tolerance for that man. So I was just listening for what y'all was saying about it. So I don't know what all went on. Did you watch the entire interview he did with Nancy? What's her Nancy Mays or Nancy, whatever her name is?
Yeah.
I seen that interview.
Nancy had tried to have respect for him because he's a policeman. You could tell she was trying to not bust him up because he's a cop, and I know she respect that shit. But she really could have tore his ass up if she wanted to.
Yeah, I just don't have no tolerance. I just could not listen to that. I don't see how you said you couldn't listen to it all, Tyrone.
Not with him interviewing that boy. I didn't watch that. That was just.
It's because Officer Tatum just too fake. He just too fake. You know what I mean? Like the things that it's like man, we get it, but you just say the things that just like it ain't no need. We already know you a coon.
Well, listen.
So you could just go to saying anything because white people don't want to hear nobody black saying black people were doing better during Jim Crow. Is that what white people want to hear?
Here's the thing with Tatum. I ain't gonna call him officer no more because he ain't no goddamn police officer. What's his name? Brandon. Here's the thing with Brandon Taylor, is that he wasn't on the island. He wasn't on the boat. He wasn't there when none of this happened. He wasn't around. He don't know Nolan. He don't know these boys. So why are we talking? Huh?
He got to know them though.
No. This is after what the incident. So why is Brandon Taylor inserting his coon self in the middle of this conversation? Why in the fuck is he got to run out here with a shield for these white people? Why? And that right there just throws me off because he ain't got no business speaking on any of this, none. And the interviews that he did with these people is just bias. It ain't got shit to do with any sympathy for Nolan. And then like Big OC just said, somehow or another he's alluding to Nolan was high or drunk or whatever the fuck. It's just bullshit. So, but white people put his ass out front. And the parent is a judge. Why would you send your child out to do an interview? They trying to get ahead of a story. That's all they're trying to do.
No. This ain't the first time. I remember I saw some interview that Tatum had did, and some white woman had some mess with a white woman or something with this black man, and the white woman ended up in the black man's yard trespassing, and he was talking, and then he was trying to say, what did he think that she was going to do to him? And so that's what he do. That's why I don't know why anybody watch anything that he has to say. Even a lot of white people don't even want to hear nothing what he got to say. Hopefully he's getting paid well, because his day will come soon.
Well, that's the best. That's the best case scenario for him is that he's doing it for money, and that even sucks. You know, if he's doing it for money.
I hope he's doing it for enough money, because when he sat there grinned with Netanyahu after talking about somebody spit on him when he went to
I seen that.
When he was in Israel. I mean, and they just are grinning, and he, I don't know, even in the MAGA people just tear him up every chance they get, call him all kind of old stuff, because they know black people don't like him. And will that stop him? No. That does not stop him. I've seen videos where them people put up all them things, them MAGA people be tearing Officer Tatum up over certain things.
Yeah, you can tell that they're trying to control the narrative because, first of all, why Brandon Tatum, right? And then the mama is a judge. Okay, the mama's a judge. So if she wanted her child to do interviews, there's plenty of other goddamn news outlets. TMZ is kind of middle of the road. You know, she could send him to TMZ to talk.
Send him to Nancy Mace.
Send him somewhere. You know, but why this? Why this? Because they trying to create a narrative.
Because they know what he's gonna do and what he's gonna say, and what he's gonna try to do, and he inserts himself in all these things. All of these things, he inserts himself. And I saw one video he did with his wife, and she just going along with it. But the thing is, his day will come. It'll come, because it usually always do.
Yeah, but
they done told him to kiss his ass so many times. I mean, he just keep popping back up.
His day ain't gonna come. He done already put what would he put on his arm? His tattoo, Jesus Christ, or some Hebrew words, and he didn't said we getting to the money. You know, he getting to the money right now, and some black people are fine being in those white spaces, being by themselves. You know what I'm saying? They fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, what does accountability look like in those spaces? It doesn't. There is none.
It doesn't. There is none.
You know
There's no accountability.
Right. So it's like, he going in those spaces and he able to walk in and spend money. Nobody know. If you don't know who he is, then, hey, it's just Brandon Tatum.
He's about getting that money. Right, all what it is. Forget that and say that if you find what Israeli children spitting on you, if you spitting on you, and
No,
you
stop
making
it. Miss Elisa,
huh?
stop it. It was only one kid, and he got reprimanded right after that.
Yeah, he spit
Okay?
on you.
That guy's the worst kind of human being, you know. And
Yes, he is. That's why I don't see how anybody watch him or why anyone takes him seriously.
yeah, and
And well,
it sucks that he's
even the
black.
MAGA don't take him seriously either, because every chance they get, they tear him up, call him all kind of gorillas and niggas, not niggas. I'm sorry, with the hard ER, and then he sit and take that for the money, for the
And
money.
before that, real quick, Tyrone, I was tripping. I didn't know till the homie told me the other day, goddamn Charlie Kirk Way is down here where I'm at.
Charlie Kirk, what?
Charlie Kirk Way, the street they named after Charlie Kirk.
Oh,
He's
they
down
named
here
the street after Charlie Kirk? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
he
Oh
got a
yeah,
street. I gotta
I
go.
heard
I
about
gotta.
that.
Somebody told me that shit is.
You got a dog? If you got a dog, you need to throw dog shit at that street sign every damn day.
Sure.
Fuck that damn motherfucker.
Send the goddamn homeless down there.
Yeah.
I-
That sound about right. Anybody that would support people hiding child sex trafficking and child sex rape, and they ain't nothing. They ain't nothing.
No, I mean that's what all of them stand for. Sarge, ABC, Brandon Tatum,
All
of them.
All
Charlie
of them.
Kirk, Erica Kirk, all of them people
All of them.
supports pedophilia and child rape. Every fucking one of y'all. That's why when Sarge get
They
on this
support
goddamn
that.
phone, I don't listen to shit he say because he's a sick motherfucker. Sarge, you hear me talking about you. You a sick motherfucker because you don't call out none of that shit. And then you sitting in the goddamn chat room promoting goddamn Brandon Tatum. All y'all sick in the head. Every goddamn one of you ain't got no morals, no ethics. All y'all
That's
fucking
some sick-ish.
mongrels.
It's sick. And they know that Trump, them, and his family, and all of them people are stealing and robbing the people. Not blind, they doing it in the open, and they don't care. Child sex trafficking, child sex rape, murder, theft. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. So I'm not surprised at anything that any of them do. They get their marching orders and they head out. They don't care about that kind of stuff. I don't see how these people are anybody's parent. These are anybody's family members and stuff. And women who are married, a lot of them women are in on it too. But some sick-ish, it's sick.
That's why
And
I
it's
said. That's why I
deranged.
said a long time ago. Everybody got mad with me that white women are some of the worst people on this fucking planet. White women, those are the ones that the root of all this bullshit.
You would lay up with somebody that support. Because I know, like, not all, but some of these black men out here be doing the most. But this kind of stuff, they wouldn't put up with that. They would not, and we know they were. Even the ones that be tearing up black women and all kind of stuff, they would not put up with this type of degenerate behavior when it comes to children. They just wouldn't do that, and we know that.
No, they walk the walk. They talk the talk before they found out that it was their side doing it. Before Trump got in office, before Epstein, before all of that bullshit, they was talking about how they here to protect the children and do all that bullshit. Yeah, and the Democrats.
And now it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now.
The Democrats are eating baby adrenochrome and chopping up children. They were saying all that shit. Now when they found
All
out
that
that it's
stuff.
them, they ain't saying shit. They ain't saying a
They
goddamn
don't
thing.
care. They don't care. And when their Lord and Savior Donald Trump, they found out that he all, but they know, Tyrone, they know.
Oh yeah, they know because
Unless
the
you-
Tate brothers, they're in jail down in Florida now, and they're closely associated with Barron Trump and the Trump boys. They're closely associated with, and they're going to jail for fucking rape and child trafficking.
They're going to be deported because Trump and them not going to want to get involved in that.
Oh, let me give one more announcement. Mitch McConnell's still dead. I just wanted to put that out there. So I'm just saying.
And they know that too.
He's still
They know
dead.
that too.
He's still
It's just
dead as hell.
crazy. When all this whole FC stuff started to really break, because we had been hearing about it for the longest for years. But when it started to break, a lot of they people fell off. A lot of the MAGAs fell off. That's why his polling numbers is really low. That whole party's polling numbers is very low. But
And
I expected it. I expected instead of them being at like 30%,
mhm.
I expected it to be down. I expected it should have been the double digits because some people are sick and do that. A lot of them people that they lit off for that what was that? Was it Jan- the thing up there at the Capitol? What was that? January 6th?
Yeah.
I expected his numbers to be down in the single digits, and the single digits would be those who are just like that. Because a lot of them January 6th people and them men and stuff, they were all abusers of women, child sex traffickers, and rapists. A lot of them were those type of people. So you expect there to be some hangers on. You expect that. That's what it is. Because a lot of people don't care about that. But
Question.
but go ahead.
Question, Mr. Lisa. If Kamala Harris runs, are you gonna support her this go round?
I supported her last go round. I'll support her again. I'm not. I will have to see how it's gonna go. At this point, if the election was tomorrow, anybody could beat Trump. So it don't. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, to answer your question straight up, I'm supporting the Democrat nominee, whoever the fuck it is. That's just
whoever it is.
That's just straight up. That's straight up how I feel about it, man. So it could be Kamala, it could be Mondami. He can't run though, but it could be Newsom. I don't like Newsom, but it could be him.
If it's Newsom, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care for Newsom that much. But if he was running, yes, I'm supporting that. I don't care.
Yeah,
okay.
And with this pedophile stuff, I'm waiting for the Democrats' name to start dropping. I'm waiting. Okay, who's the Democrat? Who's the Democrat? When they say Bill Clinton was down at that island, fuck him. When they say Bill Gates was down there, fuck him. You know, when they say all these leftists was down there, fuck all them goddamn people. But the majority of the most powerful people support the Republican goddamn party. That's what the hell it turned out. Donald Trump is the #1 person on the Epstein goddamn list. So,
but you say this, but Bill Gates and Bill Clinton, they went testified.
They what?
And they said they testified, and they said they wanted to be open. You know, they wanted everything transparent, bring all the cameras, open it up to everybody.
But that's fine. That's fine that they went to a hearing, but my point is y'all are disgusting people for even participating in that shit.
But at least those disgusting people testified.
Mm-hmm.
Trump and all of his minions and all of his people, none of them did. And the one who did, his was closed and they never released the transcripts of it. None of them. And they all making excuses for them. So I will get that to the Gates and Clinton. They testified.
Yeah, I don't want to hear another white person talking about how, you know, how they be trying to put themselves above people and all that kind of. You ain't got no room to talk. They need to shut the fuck up. We created societies and we have more intelligence than y'all and all that kind of bullshit. No, the fuck you don't. You're just fucking savages.
It's just like anything, Tyrone. What they say is they leave you. Yeah, they changed the laws on the books, right? We changed the laws. Yeah, anything I can do, you should be able to do. All this and that and this. But you left the schools here, and you left their churches here, which makes sure you understand where they coming from at all times.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it fuck that you change the laws. I still gotta be subject to your goddamn ideology at every turn.
Oh, without a doubt, man. Look, I'll give them credit for what you just said there. In this society, they inbred their whole way of life into everybody's existence, right? And you got to be like you and I and people that call in the show smart enough to see that everything you touch, they had something to goddamn do with. You know.
Yeah, because I want to live in a house with my parents. I want to live in there with my grandparents, all us in one house.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do that, but we too caught up where everybody feel like they gotta have their own,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's like that.
Because
That ain't
that
what's
is a way,
beneficial.
that is an option that we don't use. You have your family, and then you extend your goddamn living quarters, and you keep your people right
Mhm.
there in your house. People mind their damn business, and then you just extend your living quarters, and everybody share a space, and you don't have to go out and buy all these goddamn expensive ass motherfucking houses.
But
Exactly.
the whole key is, if right now my parents, if they said, okay, we gonna buy a piece of dirt, and people can come and build their stuff on it, and we all live right here. That's another option. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
our minds just ain't thinking like that. I done lived on my own. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Good. I'm done. I'm done. The overhead every month. All I can think about is imagine if I had that in my pocket every month.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I
You know what
agree
I'm
with you.
saying?
I agree with you.
We on the back end of this shit, right? That's it. That's just how I look at it. I'm trying to stack up because I ain't trying to work. I ain't trying to be 70 still clocking in somewhere,
No,
65
I
still
hear you.
clocking in somewhere. I'm trying to shut it down. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to shut it down, and I'm telling my parents, if I come knocking, you know what I'm saying? Because at this point, it's just about saving. At this point, it's
Yeah,
just
we should be
about
Yep.
able
saving.
we should be able to do that, man, and kind of take care of our finances and not have to spend it, give it to these goddamn white people, because that's all we're doing. We're giving it right back to them.
We're
Yeah,
giving
Everything
it
that our
yeah,
right
yeah,
community
back to
makes.
them with
yeah,
everything. We're giving
yeah.
it all back.
At the end of the day, it's like, why we could just pay off one house real quick. You know what I'm saying? And just be living.
Have a big house
We
and
all working. Yes, all the
mhm.
money's coming in. Everybody doing just fine. And like I told my wife, hey, we get a hotel every other weekend if we need to. But we living on the
If you
goddamn
need to,
house.
but if you have a big enough house, everybody can have their own quarters with their own stuff that they like,
Yeah.
their things that they like, their collections, they this and that, and nobody in get nobody, everybody gives everybody their own privacy and this that. And you could come together and have communal meals like dinner and
Mm-hmm.
breakfast and lunch, and all the kids get to grow up with the different generations and stuff right there, learning all kinds of things and getting them
Yeah,
educated. Because
yeah,
the way how we got it now, everybody's scattered out all over, paying all, like you
yep,
said, paying all this overhead.
yep,
Everything is gonna get worse
yep,
if we're unable to stop this gilded age that's coming in. Food, everything is high. This is that high. Trump canceling all. He's going to cancel the things for Medicare, and it's a for the older people and different. They just trying to screw us. Everybody saying for screw it. Build up all these houses. Everybody get you one big place. Everybody have you got, but you can't be. Some people you ain't gonna be able to let them come live there. We know that
yeah, yeah. We
because
know that.
everybody got some relatives that you're like, we would like to, but we can't let you come. We can't let you come. You can't come because they're gonna cause disturbance. They're gonna steal and they're gonna do things, and they're gonna have the N-word people come over when you're not there and take your loot your stuff out. But if it's the right family members, you can do it.
Yeah,
Other races of people do.
if you establish rules on how your house is supposed to be ran, and nobody break them damn rules, and you get on people that try to break the rules, I think it'll work. You know,
It'll work. And
it'll
some
work,
people you
and
just can't let come.
you have more benefits because you have the older people in the houses with the younger generation teaching the younger generation. It'll work. I think it'll work. You know.
You don't
Yeah,
have to
it'll
worry
work.
about
It'll work for
daycare. You
me
don't have to worry
because
about none of that.
I just think about the overhead every month. That it's like,
Hmm.
damn. After about 5 months, I'll be sitting on shit 30,000 and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hmm.
that's the only thing my mind think about is if I could sit on for a year. I get savings. It would be about 100. I'd probably take home 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
You might
You know what I'm saying?
you might well go ahead and move down here, Big OC. Y'all pay too much out there.
Nah, remember, Tyrone,
You might well go
I
on and
got
come on back to the south.
I got cribs in Mississippi, man. So I already know.
Okay.
I already know.
I don't know
I've been
about
here so
that,
long.
Tyrone.
I've been here so long. My interest rate ain't nothing but
Y'all
doing some change.
even in Baltimore, y'all pay too goddamn much. Jesus,
I don't live in no Baltimore. I don't live in no Baltimore.
I'm sorry, Maryland. I didn't mean to say Baltimore.
Say DC. I don't live in no Baltimore. Just say DC.
Well, y'all pay too much up there too.
Not even we do. We do pay too much. Maryland got us taxes. Maryland is one of the most expensive states to live in. Yes, but I would rather me and my family stuff do that here. We got land down south, but I can't live in them southern states. Some of them southern states in South Carolina, I just can't see it, Tyrone. I can't live it.
I just keep to myself. I don't bother nobody. I don't.
I can't live it.
That's what they got you doing with your head down.
Now my head ain't down. Now you're taking a little bit too goddamn far. I don't hold my goddamn head down. That ain't even a thing. Now if somebody come up to me the wrong way, then that's a whole different story. But I don't say shit to nobody. I mind my business.
But the white folks down south, I mean, for the most part, when we go visit, because that's where I was at earlier today. Relatives was up here from down south. We had to get together at one of my uncle's house. They have a huge house, so we had it there. Everybody said we had food. We was listening to Maddie's and this, that, because they all going back on Saturday. Had a good time. But all of us say, my mom and them, they can't go back. They can't go back to live down south. They can't go back down there to live. They just can't. But I will ask you, because you currently live in it, but you live in vacation habit.
Mm-hmm.
How are the white folks down there?
Like I said, I mind my business. But I can tell you in my even in my street right here, since I moved in here,
that nigga know his place.
Okay, there you go with that bullshit. But since I moved in here, I seen some MAGAs move down the street from me, and I seen some. See, when I first moved in here, they had rebel flags in their damn yard, and then something happened to where all the rebel flags is gone, and now they're hanging them in the back of their garage. They ain't out front no more. So I don't know what the hell happened, but they ain't displaying their rebel flags out front no more.
Because they not happy with Trump. Well,
I think they some type of rule, and it might be even in my housing area to where you can't display certain things. You know what I mean? So that may be the deal. But I know when I first moved here, they had them on their license plates. They had them outside. But now when I walk by the houses, like you know how you have your garage open. And if you look in the garage, you can see rebel flags hanging up in the back of the garage.
See, I can't with that. I don't know how y'all deal with that. I can't live around that.
I told you how he deal with it.
See, you trying to start some bullshit. That is not me.
I just don't see, because we head down south on 95, where that big old Confederate flag is right off 95.
Yep.
And that thing is about, you know what flag I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That thing is as big as 95. And when you driving by the red parts and stuff, it light up the car. And we all get quiet as we drive past that bitch.
I think years ago they made that man take that flag down, and somehow or another he got authorization.
They back up. They raised the money, and that flag is bigger than, like, say, a United States flag anywhere. That thing, it's huge.
Yeah,
I ain't never seen a flag that big. Mm-hmm. And when the car get to it, you can see it coming up about a quarter of a mile away. It's that big. And as we drive by, everybody get quiet in the car. We're like, oh, we down south?
See, it's crazy. Here. It's crazy because it plays on the psychology of once you pass a certain part coming down south, then you know that this is the South, and that big old flag is there to represent that.
You home. I ain't never seen a flag that big.
Hey, Miss
and
Elisa,
we get quiet.
Miss Elisa, too. If you go to a Waffle House, just look in the kitchen. If there ain't no black people cooking, turn around and come out.
Man, I used to like Waffle House. I can't do Waffle House no more. The ones that I've been going to down here, and I ain't went in a while. They nasty as fuck. Every goddamn one of them. So I can't do that. It's
I don't know.
unsanitary.
I would love to move. My cousin just moved down there in Baltimore because I got relatives in Baltimore. They retired. They took the early retirement and they bought a house just before the little town, one of them little towns before you get to uh what do you call that?
South of the border.
What's the border? South of the border. One of those houses, a nice house. They sold their home and stuff in Baltimore. They took it because her husband, you know, was having some health problems, so they both retired out. Bought a nice house, and you know what? Guess what? They planning on coming back. I said, y'all come back to Baltimore, or y'all coming back to our part of Maryland, up in the D.C.? They said probably our part of Maryland, up on our end, or one of the other counties.
I know what you're talking about. That's almost near Sumter or something like that, Dillon, that area. But they couldn't have been dealing with people that's making them come back. They must have been bored.
It's boredom.
Yeah, because if
they
got land,
they're on the North Carolina side. They didn't cross over to the South Carolina side. They're in the North Carolina side.
Yeah, because if they got land out there where you talking about, then they got a big old piece of land and don't nobody bother them. The only problem that they got is getting in their car, driving a little distance to the store, and then most likely everything gonna close up around 7:00 at night, so you ain't got shit to do.
It's the boredom. No, that's what they said it is. The people, they say they all right. It's the boredom. It's the quiet.
Yeah.
They can't take because they left the city, and we was like, y'all should have went down. They don't have to go down there because our family's from South Carolina. Y'all know how it is down in that part of South Carolina where they from, and they figured they would move up to something that look a little bit more. But they said they can't. They just can't take it.
It ain't
and like down, so they didn't have to go down there to stay. I don't see how it was. You know how it is. But now I can't take it down here no more. And down there where my mom and them home and that, they didn't land and all that stuff is that. My father them land and all that down there in South Carolina. I told you it's up past Sumter.
Yeah.
In between Charleston and Sumter. And when different people moved back down there with the family land, they put up homes and stuff down there. They left from down in Miami. Some came from New York, different places like that. You know, all of them left. They retired. All of them left and went back. They stayed down there for about like 5 years. They left and went on back to Miami.
Yeah,
went on back to New
York. Not shit to do at night. All you hear is grasshoppers and crickets, and it's quiet. They ain't shit going on. All the stores
It's too quiet, and because when they first came, everybody's coming and visiting, and it's okay. But then after a while, people settle in. They just couldn't take it. All of them left, and they rent them houses and stuff they put out to other family members that was down there. They left. They all went back to Miami, New York.
Well, that's kind of why I like Myrtle Beach compared to where I was raised at, because there's shit to do around here. Shit always open. There's always something.
Yeah, Myrtle Beach, that's like that. That's Vacation City.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's different. Myrtle Beach. They down there in the country. That's the country. They were in the country.
They gonna stay open after 9.
Huh?
So Myrtle Beach is a totally different experience than some of them little towns down there. Tyrone, you know that. It's a totally
about
different
7, 8 o'clock, everything will shut the fuck down. It sure will. You won't have shit to do. Well, you probably go to the little gas station or convenience store. That's probably about the only thing open.
That's about all they got. And the little bit that they do have.
You be at the Dodge store.
That's about it. Because my family and them, they go 30 miles, it's about 25, 30 miles up from Sumter, headed towards Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
You know them areas down there. I told you where it was. I ain't going to say it now.
Mm-hmm.
But ain't nothing down there. Nothing. And they just,
that's
nothing.
the country. I like it. That's what I like, that environment. But I understand why people.
You could live there. You could live around there.
I could. But like I said, I like Myrtle Beach, because there's stuff to do. But I live in the country.
I like
too.
Myrtle Beach too. Myrtle Beach is Vacation City. You got all kind of rich people and stuff from all over move down there and go down there. Myrtle Beach got a lot going on.
But I could live in the
But
I could live in the country too, cause that's where I was raised at.
you say that, Tyro. We spent our summers in the country and we loved it.
Hmm.
But we used to be glad to come back home when it was time to come home. But not that you be doing so much, but I don't want to hear. I just no, I couldn't move back. I couldn't move back out south. I couldn't do it. Can't do it. Couldn't do it. If I had to,
Hmm.
like if everything go to pot, you could do anything you have to, but to just do it because of choice, no. But if I had to, oh, most definitely. I'd probably be dead in like a couple of years, but I would do it if I had to. If I had to.
It ain't that bad. But I understand why people moving from the city is bored. I get that because they really ain't nothing
They
to
get
do.
it's the boredom that's driving them
And
crazy,
then
and they be
and then
warning us
It's,
y'all
it,
come to.
not only that, the people I ain't gonna say the people slow, but the people are country, and they talk with a certain slang and a drawl and all that kind of stuff. And you probably ain't used to that. But let me say this right here: if y'all gonna call in, don't wait like you did last week to 12 o'clock to call the fuck in. You gonna call in now? God damn it! So I ain't
well,
finna be
well,
sitting.
really, what it is Tyrone, is it's not that when you live in the city that you doing shit. You just know you got options to do shit if you want to.
No, you
Right,
don't be doing. You have to be doing nothing.
right,
It's
right.
not about
And,
doing
and
nothing.
yeah, you just know if you get in your car, you can hit the road and it's gonna be busy. You can even if you go to Walmart, it's gonna be busy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying in the city. See now down south, if you need something at night, you gotta go on up to the double quick and it's gonna be a few
Yeah.
niggas. It's gonna be a couple niggas up
Wait
there.
till the next day.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait till the next day. What you call it, a double quick? I mean,
Yeah.
and I just can't do it. And it's just not. But it is down there where we from. You got cornfields, and you still got cotton, tobacco. And in the little town, they got some stuff, but and it's not like I'm going to be just doing stuff. I'm probably going to be home because I be home at home. You see what I'm saying? But if I got to, I can.
Hmm.
And if you gotta go to work, you got different things to do. We got it's just everything is
Yeah,
here.
I need to be honest. I need some freeways. Fuck that two
Yeah,
lane
for
highway. I be going
yeah, to
crazy
do
out
that, and it
there,
be them
45
little
miles an
dark
hour and
roads
shit.
and stuff. I want to get
Yeah,
on the
no,
beltway where it's
yeah,
eight
no
lane
lights on the highway
byway.
and shit.
See, y'all can have all that.
Uh huh.
Y'all can have every bit
You
of that.
used to you get used to it. Eight what you call big old see like them eight lane byways.
Yeah,
And
them
then you get to
freeways
them
too.
bridges, them freeway get to them bridges and inter
Yeah,
them
y'all.
little
Yeah,
two lane. I can't have see anymore. My eyes has gotten bad because of certain medications I take for my lupus.
Y'all can have
So
all of that.
I be in a ditch. I
All,
need lighted roads.
all of
I
that
need the roads to
hey,
be lighted.
all of that congestion and all that. Y'all can have every bit of that. Who's this unknown caller?
Man, look, y'all playing. Alicia, you need to get you a jug of shine and go on down to the juke joint and go ahead and get sweaty. That's all.
Nah, I can't do it. Can't do it.
Or even better, go on down to the VFW or the Elks and then get your dance on, some blues.
Can't do it. I'd rather be where I'm at in my house. And if I choose to do something like I did earlier this evening, I'll do that.
Hmm.
But I need the roads to be lit, lights on the road so I can see where I'm going and see other cars and stuff. I mean, down there, them roads be dark. So I'd rather be pitch black.
Yep.
Uh-uh. 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 But if you're used to that, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, that's what I
But we
said.
just
I don't mind living like that at all. I really don't. But you know, like I said,
Tyrone, you say that.
I like being here.
You say
Go ahead.
you say that, but you live in Myrtle Beach.
But like I said,
You
I
could
like
switch.
living here too. You know, it's not too bad. But if I had to move to the country, I wouldn't mind.
Okay, I hear you. I
Nah,
hear
give
you,
me the
but
country. I'm ready for the country. I'm tired of New York.
really,
Oh my
you
God, I
say
am so tired of New York. You know,
you say that.
I'm so tired of the homeless people, the crackheads. I'm tired of all of that crap now.
Well, you live in a city then.
And you in the
Yeah,
city.
Well, they homeless.
yeah. I
They,
mean,
they homeless people down here too. You know, they people. I guess homeless people everywhere now.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
not like here. Not like here. They take it to a whole new level. I mean, I was on my way to work, and I mean, this dude stunk so bad, and we outside, and he walked by, and he stunk so bad, he nearly knocked me over, man. I'm telling you, I just, oh man, I can't even begin to describe to you the craziness. You know?
Well, good look. I don't know. Y'all say that, but you get down there to some of the areas. I don't know. I don't live in the city, Washington D.C. I live out about 15 minutes outside the city in urban suburbia, and that's how I like it. I'm
Yeah,
gonna live.
I've been in those areas though. Yeah, I've been down south. I used to go to school in Jackson. I lived down there for a number of years. And so, the funny part to me is most people, if you got a little bread, they usually have some badass cribs down there. I mean, most people I know that have a get a decent amount of bread. Like they own home theaters in their house. I know
Yes.
somebody that got movie seats, like the seat that you lay back in her house with the surround sound and the big ass screen and the whole nine. So it's like, why go to the movies when you got a theater in your damn house?
Yes, true. I know that too. When all my father and them moved back down there, and different other family members and friends and stuff, they moved down there, bought them old big houses and stuff in gated communities. They got all that stuff. But check this: all of them stayed on the road, coming back and forth up here.
I would.
Yeah,
Well,
Big
they were
OC,
used
man.
to that life. They were used to living in the city then.
Yeah,
They
Big
stayed on the
OC.
road.
Yeah,
what
Big OC. Do your people down there got a football room?
Yeah. Especially
Yeah,
especially my cousin. She a New Orleans Saints fan, and she got
oh,
a
there you
whole
go,
room
right?
with New Orleans Saints shit everywhere.
Yeah, and a big TV to watch the game, right?
Yeah, yeah. She
Uh-huh.
put all the same shit on and watch the game. They're big. They're big on their sports down there.
Oh yeah.
They're big on jerseys, wearing jerseys and shit.
Oh yeah, they big. Yeah, they big on the high
You
school
know,
games. They big, especially the smaller towns. They big on the high school sports.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I got a partner down there that has that cable service where you can watch 4 games at once.
yeah.
I'm like, damn. Got a football room, Dallas Cowboys, of course. Dallas Cowboys, everything in there. Cowboys, Cowboys, Cowboys.
Yeah, what I noticed down there is, um, they, man, they're trying to get a little more progressive, but it's always some kind of uh, um, tragedy that happens, Joe, like a murder, a big murder, a big shooting, big
Yeah.
drug bust. That's what always keep the South, those little towns down there, in a certain position. It's like there's never a time where the crime is just. It's like you talking about towns with 3,000 people, but they keep crime. Just crime, just dumb shit, just stay happening.
Oh yeah, they plenty of crime down here now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but a lot of it is dumb shit. Like you say, like people stealing tools out your garage when the garage door is open.
No, it's not,
Crazy
no,
shit
man.
like that.
You know how much drug?
Niggas
You know
stealing
how
air
drugs
conditioners
move
and
through here?
shit.
I mean, these people be moving drugs through this place, man.
They do, because in the little town that my family's from, you got people that move drugs, and the police sucks that move drugs all through there. And every once in a while, they'll have a bad crime that happens. Somebody have like they go see that shootout, or somebody burn up somebody's house, and that be like real bad, for them, be real bad. But and they have like a taxi service, and it's like one or two people work for the do the taxi, and but I guess they make pretty good money, because they put one or two of them. Because Uber, that kind of stuff, you don't have that down there. I don't think so.
Right. Well, in my town, they ain't got no Uber yet.
They ain't got that.
You ain't got
But
Uber?
see, No, it's
No.
because niggas are still niggas down there. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Um, I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody got them cousins in them towns that when family come to visit, somebody's cell phone, uh, your sunglasses, something gonna come up missing. You know, a pair of your shoes, it's gonna come up missing.
So, so they got that down. They got that down. It's just stupid, dumb stuff. And no, there's no Uber from where my family. They don't Uber. They got somebody got salute service that they will come pick you up. And it's like a few people because you have to drive so far. You got to drive like 15 miles out to get somebody and to bring them. And but I think they make pretty good, but they don't have no Uber down there.
Where y'all
They
talking
don't
about?
have
In
your car.
California?
Nah, man, I'm talking about Mississippi, man.
Oh, Mississippi. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they got no places, little places like that. They don't have no
Well,
Uber.
you right, you right. My little town from Fairmont, they got the Uber service, but it's like miss and go whenever you call it. Either you gonna get it, or somebody's actually doing it, or somebody ain't doing it. So
Hmm.
it's like it's just now coming into existence, where there ain't a
They're
lot of
trying to
people.
get it going. They're
Mhm.
trying to get it going. So it's hit or miss.
Mhm.
So I don't know. If your car ain't running, you can call somebody to take you to the store and stuff like that. I don't want to live like that. Something happened, my car ain't running. You call somebody to come pick it up and to get the thing
Nah,
going.
Well, that's
see,
And
one
I
thing
see,
can
you
see,
got
the
to
walk
have.
right
thing
out
is,
and get on the
You
bus
got
and
nah,
subway, huh?
see, the thing is, Mr. Lisa, in these towns, anytime someone say, hey, run me up to the store, everything is a minute away. You know what I'm saying? So it's just you saying, do I want to take 3, 4 minutes out of my day to run this nigga up to the store?
To the store. Mm-hmm.
Everything is
Cause
is,
you
is, is a minute away in the town.
run me to the into the town
Especially
to the
when you're coming in from
Walmart.
out of town. If you got a rental car, oh man. If you got a rental, you from out of town, good. Let's run up to the double quick right quick. You gonna be
Mm-hmm.
driving.
What the
You
fuck is a
definitely gonna be
double
driving.
quick? You keep saying double quick.
I know that's about you
Oh,
know.
I know. Joe know what the double quick is, but
Yeah,
double quick
man.
just a
Come on, man. Yeah,
gas
independent
station, and
gas
liquor
station.
store.
Yeah,
But you know
independent
that's where
gas
they sell
station.
chicken. That's where you get your chicken and you know your potato wedges and
There,
you know
Yeah,
all
yeah, I
your
know what you're
fried
talking
stuff.
about.
You know what I'm saying?
You can
Yeah,
get your
yeah.
bait
and
and
they have
ammo some
all
places too.
Chicken tenders and shit, your
all they have
pizza
all the
sticks.
snacks.
Well, I
Yeah,
ain't
the
never
apple
heard of that
pies.
name. Ain't
And
never
if
heard
they
of the
real
name double quick. Ain't never heard that.
and if they
What?
do it
That's
real good, they have beer. They got their license, they got beer. Yeah, stuff like that.
yeah.
And like I
You
said,
can't beat the
if you
double
really
quick.
country, you can buy ammo, you can buy fishing gear and bait. You know, in fact, there's a little spot in Louisiana where you can it has a restaurant, gas station, ammo store, and bait shop all
Bait,
in one spot.
uh-huh. Yep, yep. And boiled peanuts. Don't forget that. And boiled
Oh yeah,
peanuts.
now you
Somebody
get those
told
on
me.
the side of the road.
Bro,
Somebody,
yeah,
somebody,
boiled peanuts.
yeah, boiled peanuts. Yeah.
I be
I mean,
going
I
down
like
there.
it
I be
to
still trying to
visit.
get T-pops. You know what I'm saying? I'll still be looking for that frozen Kool-Aid in the cup.
Damn.
But it's good to visit. I love visiting because I'm coming up your way for Labor Day, I think.
Hmm.
Because a lot of the that's what they was all saying tonight. They're having a big Labor Day. You know, there's not a bunch of everybody bring a bunch of food. They do a bunch of cooking out, and they have music and stuff. So I might come up for Labor Day, and I like doing that. But after like 2 days of visiting and this and that, I'm ready to come home. I'm ready to come home.
Well, I tell you, you're down south when people call soda hot or cold drink. You want some cold
Mhm.
drink?
Mhm.
Or soda water.
Soda water.
But we never could hit that Mississippi thing. We never said soda water. They say pop or cold drink. Yeah.
Yeah, I use pop and soda. That's the only thing.
Mhm.
That and the tea only comes one way, cold and sweet.
Cold and sweet. Yeah. Sweet tea. I don't know. I think if I was old and had to retire and move down there, I'd be dead in a year. My mama said that she ain't never, she dead in a year, so she ain't never moving back down
Cuz,
there.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you one thing that all old black folks do that's, let's say, 50 and above down south. They all fucking sit up and watch Gunsmoke.
Yeah, that was,
Don't
yeah,
nobody
I,
watch Gunsmoke no damn more.
yeah, back when we was
Every day.
kids, all
Every
them old
goddamn
repeats,
day.
my grandmother and them watched Gunsmoke, in the summertime, they watched Young and the Restless, doing it in the morning, in the daytime, and Gunsmoke at night.
Yeah,
Hey, my dad
you
was
might
from
well
a
throw Andy Griffin in there too.
yeah, my
That
dad
too.
was from Massachusetts and he loved Gunsmoke. And his favorite character was Festus. He loved Festus.
But by the time I was kid, Gunsmoke didn't come on no more. We was watching the repeats, but they came on at prime time down there, and Hee Haw, and
The
and I remember
Rifleman.
when I was well, yeah, them shows a little old, but I remember all the repeats. They would come on like it was new down there, and we used to sit and watch all those shows at night and have supper. After dinner, like you have some stuff in a bowl, supper, and sit and watch Gunsmoke and all the different shows. That actually, nah, mm-mm. And it's too hot. That's another thing. It's too hot. Even though the everything is all messed up with global warming and things, so it really doesn't too much matter. But it's still too hot down there, and they don't have seasons. That's what I don't like. It seems like it's summer all year
I
long,
like that.
and
I can't do the cold weather.
I like some cold. I like some cold. You should know about that. In New York, you don't like the seasons. I like the seasons. I gotta have some
Well,
cold, a little bit
it's
of
hot as
snow.
it's hot as shit out there today. I had to paint my door. It was hot as a motherfucker. I mean, I didn't mind one bit. I'll tell you one thing I hate
It's
about
all,
the country is gnats. I don't know, y'all know what gnats is?
yeah, I know what that's
Yeah,
all.
they every
Hate
And no
them
fucking
too.
Sims.
they're every
And
fucking where.
what?
No Sims.
No Sims. What's that?
No see thems. No Sims.
Oh, oh yeah. But nah, I just can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. It's just too hot. South Carolina is just too warm. Oh, it's just even in the winter time, and nobody got no coat on. What's that? No,
It used to snow.
no.
It used to snow down here, but it don't snow like that no more.
Every blue moon, it would snow, and that was okay. But y'all ain't got no coat on in the summertime, and I like cold weather. Give me some snow. I don't like a lot of snow all the time. It's nice every once in a while. I'm good with that. But it's just you ain't got no coat on, and it's January. What's that? Uh-uh. Mm-mm. I like seasons, and that's what my mom and them grew up down there. And she tell you she likes seasons, because sometimes you can't tell the seasons from down there. And you can tell it feel like it go from spring to summer. That's what it feels like,
Oh yeah, I like it when it's hot.
from spring to summer. And when they talk about, oh, it's so cold, you see how it cold outside, and it's like 40 degrees when y'all having a cool snap, and everybody just complaining about how cold it is outside, and it's like 40 degrees. Mm-mm. Okay. But Tyrone, again, you talking about you could live down there in that country. You live in Myrtle Beach. It's like a different world where you at from them little country towns.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. It is different, but like I said, if I had to move back to the country, I wouldn't mind one bit.
Okay, you say that. I would love. Who is this texting me? Hold on. Hello? Did I hang up on y'all?
No, you still here. I don't know what happened to Big OC and Joe, but they off the line.
Something is wrong because I kept was getting beeping, but it's nobody texting me.
Hmm.
I don't know what's going on. I think it's this
You know
thing.
this thing kick people off. Don't know what that
I
happened.
think that's what I was hearing was them getting cut off because
Mm.
there's nobody texting me. I kept checking my text. No one is texting me, so I don't know what's going on. But and I thought maybe I had hung up. I think that was them being cut off. I
Mhm.
think
Yeah, 'cause both of them gone.
that's what that was because I heard it twice, and I'm like, it's nobody contacting me, so I think that was them getting cut off. I don't know. I don't know what that was. You didn't hear the beeping?
No, I ain't hear nothing. Let me ask you: Do you think there's some foul play going on with this Nolan Wells situation?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I haven't been following as close as you guys have, but yes, I do. Um, I think from the moment I heard that there was a girl
Mhm.
and some of the things that I saw, I think something went on, and maybe they didn't mean to. I don't think so, and I think he got killed. He got whatever and was drowned.
Mhm.
They're trying to cover that up.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's crazy in this country when it comes to black people dying. We always
Mhm.
got to argue about whether whether somebody did it or not, and they always trying to protect white people, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
That boy was 18 years old, on his way to college, an athlete. Um, he shouldn't be dead, and and
No.
and for them to come back and say, it was an accident with no explanation and nobody saw anything, that's just not right. Besides all that other stuff, just the fact that that boy is dead, nobody seen nothing, that ain't right. You know.
Nobody. And I think something went on, fight broke out, a push up, or it could have been on purpose, or could not have been on purpose. Even if it was an accident, even if it was an accident, they know what happened. I think he got killed, and they know about it, and they trying to cover it up. And hopefully they could get away with it, like white people just get away with stuff
Mhm.
all the time. That's just my opinion on it. I haven't been following it as close as you guys because it hurts my spirit. And I
Yeah.
listen to some of the stuff that the people say and well, what's going on with it now. But I have not. But I do think that that's what happened. And white people, they say, well, we keep our mouths shut, everybody stick together, we'll be able to get away with this.
That's the way they've always done stuff. They've always tried to
So
cover
I
up
think
stuff, and they always try to
that's what I
downplay. They
think
always try
happened.
to downplay Black Death.
Hmm.
They did it with Trayvon Martin. They did it with Tamir Rice. They did it with Eric Garner, Mike Brown. Every death that you can think of, they always try to downplay the Black Death.
Hmm.
You know.
Now, some of them people was punished, in some of the cases that, but a lot of them wasn't. And in this case, I'm not saying that this is a thing that they did on purpose. We're gonna set him up, but who
But no,
knows?
nobody knows what happened, and I'm not even jumping out
Yeah,
there saying I know what happened. Only thing I'm
but I
speaking
think
on,
he,
only thing I'm speaking on is
I think he
what
was.
like that call that we just heard, and the
Hmm.
fact that they say that there was a girl, and the girl said that she won't with him. I mean, that's just not that's inconsistent. So something is going on.
A lot of things is that when I heard that nobody we don't know, and they had his phone, and that he said he was gonna stay, and then there was a girl. When I heard all of that, I said, "Oh, something that went on."
Yeah,
And this they might didn't mean to do it, but something went down. Somebody was mad. There was some this that, and he got killed.
yeah,
And
and even
they
with
all
that
should,
phone
even if.
call, even with that phone
Hmm.
call at the very beginning where they cleared up the audio, you can clearly hear them yelling Nolan, and you can clearly ask him, "Is he dead?" And then you can clearly hear them
Hmm.
say, "Check his chest." But
Hmm.
I'm not even using that as proof because, like I said, Benjamin Crump and his team and came out and validated that. So I'm not going to use it, but I can clearly hear what they're saying in that audio.
So whatever went on, even if they didn't mean for it to happen, that's still, even if they didn't mean for it to happen, but if he was killed at their hands, that is, even if it ends up being reckless homicide, they did something to him.
Well,
whatever it was that went on.
It's too late for that now, but with all the cover up that's going on, somebody's going to get in trouble for what they're doing now. That judge told her children to delete their social media accounts. That's bad. And then them not sending his complete body to Washington D.C. for the second autopsy. I mean, they something going on, and it shouldn't take this long for that family to get answers. You know, and that's the sad thing about it, because they're waiting. They know their child passed away. They just want to know why their child passed away. That's all.
But you know, I'll say this, that I think going on that old Brandon Tatum, because that's an easy move when white people, them type of people like that, they do things like that to try to help sway, and it feels and looks better coming from a black mouthpiece.
It's clear what they're doing. Yeah, you absolutely
yeah,
right.
but I think that was a mistake to do that. I wouldn't have done that. If I was advising them, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have gone on that, because that's too easy.
You see, and the thing is, it's not like that he asked those children to do an interview. Their parents had to give them permission to talk to Brandon Tatum. So what the hell going on with y'all parents that y'all okaying an interview like this? That don't make no sense.
With him, that's a bad look. That Brandon Tatum interview, that's a bad look, and that might backfire, because everybody know what that is. That's a bad look. I would not have done that, but they did it, and I'm glad they did it. It's a bad look, and if white people was to learn, you could try to cover up things, have racism and racist people all mixed in it, but you should never try and take it all the way. And Brandon Tatum doing that interview, that's an extremely coonish, racist move. My opinion. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, because there's plenty of other legitimate media outlets.
Places that you could go.
Yeah.
That will remain neutral, even try to even help them out. But Brandon Tatum, that is just that's a complete coonish, racist, because everybody, even the racist people, know what that is. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
so I would not have done that.
His stance when he first started talking about this stuff, he was saying that Benjamin Crump is inserting race into it, right? That's what Brandon Tatum was saying. But Benjamin Crump didn't insert race. What Benjamin Crump did was ask questions on what happened. Went and got the autopsy, seen the bruising at the back of his head, his throat missing. That's all Benjamin Crump did. Brandon Tatum inserted race into it. When he started talking about other people inserting race, he did that.
Because I can't think of the English dude that has the show.
Piers Morgan.
When he had him on there, he asked him, well, did you insert it? But he asked him that.
Yeah.
Because I saw one of the clips. And Brandon Tatum isn't the smartest person.
No.
He's just a good tool.
He's a coon.
He's a coon. He's a tool. He's not the smartest person. And even the dumbest racist can see what that is. He's not a smart person. So yes, I agree with you. I think that's what it is. I think something happened, whether it was an accident or whatever, something still happened, and people still need to be, regardless if it was something that you didn't mean but you did, people still need to be held accountable for that. Period.
Yeah.
There's really nothing else.
And black people are not inserting race into this. I watched the social medias. Everybody is just like you and I, asking questions, wondering
people want to find out what happened. And people have a right to find out what happened. I don't care if they were all black up on that boat. I don't care what they were. People, if they were all black kids up on that boat, their parents would still be out here trying to find out what happened.
Yep.
Because you know the girl and all her friends, I forget where they went. Remember, and the fight or something broke out. You remember that? And the family was trying to find out what happened. All of her and their friends, they went someplace. I don't know if it was to the Caribbean, but they all went somewhere. And a fight or something broke.
Yeah. She ended up dead. Yep.
Dead. And their family was out here asking questions. You're supposed to ask people just because it's white kids that did it. I don't care. Everybody want answers. They don't care what race the people were. And that's why I resent that fat Brandon Tatum.
And
people have a right.
The thing that got everybody,
what happened?
The thing that got everybody asking questions initially is that sheriff got on video and said that the investigation shows that there was no foul play, and that's what got it. And that was immediately after he was announced dead.
Immediately.
Yeah. So that's what got.
And nobody.
Yeah.
You supposed to just say, okay, because we don't want to make it a race thing. We're not going to ask questions. Where they do that? Nobody does that. If that was a white family, but all the white kids up on their boat, their family would be demanding this and that, having press conferences and stuff. People, so that's what I said. That's why I wouldn't have done Brandon Tatum, because that didn't do them any favors. That did them no favors.
Well, yeah, I'm glad they got Ben Crump and the NAACP and Sharpton and all them people behind them. So, you know,
I am too.
They got the resources to find out, I think.
And these rich black people are willing, and other people have been donating and giving money. You know, they're not putting their names and stuff out there to be able to do the things that they were doing.
Yeah.
Because if I was a wealthy black person, I would give money to things like this all the time.
Yeah.
Because black people need other black people or other people who are about, you don't even have to be black, but every people who are about something and you're trying to get justice and you see the okie doke. I think you should give money to help people in these types of situations. I would do it all the time.
Well, yeah,
all the time.
And since this kicked off, I remember doing a story on Daniel Irvin, the guy that got that they say jumped off the bridge and drowned. Benjamin Crump was mentioning him today, and they looking into what happened with him, because he went swimming with some white boys and he ended up dead. So I mean, this is sparking off a lot of stuff. And I didn't know about this other guy named Tyler Smith, where they say that they was playing Russian roulette and he shot himself. I mean, that just happened too.
He was playing with the white kids?
Yeah, they was playing. The white kids, they're the only one that's living. That the white kids said that they was playing Russian roulette, and Tyler Smith he shot himself in the head playing Russian roulette. But the mama said today that they didn't back up the hands to see if there was any gun residue on Tyler's hands. They didn't test the other kids' hands to see if there was any gun residue. They just accepted what the white kids said, that the boy shot himself in the head. And
I don't see why anybody in the year 2026 would play Russian roulette.
Yeah,
white people, that's something they want to do. That's crazy. Black people has no business doing stuff like that.
That's crazy. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think they killed that boy.
Wow.
There's a whole lot of black people that go dead dealing with white people, and then they don't get investigated.
You're right.
They get away with it.
But you know, there's a whole lot of black people that go dead messing with some old kind of people, and it don't get investigated because they don't care, and law enforcement don't care. And I wouldn't care what color them people are. If I had money, I don't care if it was nothing but black folks. If I had money and families that's trying to find some answers, I would give them the money to help find the answers. I don't care who's involved.
Right.
I wouldn't care who's involved.
And I was mentioning earlier that Nolan's mother is half Asian, and all the hell that the
Yeah.
Asians are raising, they ain't said one word to about mother in support of Nolan's mother. You know, the Asian
So
full of
what is
shit.
she part Filipino, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I just hope they get answers. I'm just gonna say they're gonna get the right answers. And I don't care who gets involved. If Sharpton and all of them people, if they have some pull, they can able to get some stuff done, then do that. I don't care, and I don't think they care either. All the people y'all can hate me or whatever, and some people give them some money to help pay for this stuff and to back it up, then do it. Then do it. It's just that things is just so bad right now. With the administration, you can't get anything from the Justice Department, Trump's Justice Department. You can't get anything from that. That is just a lost cause. Because back before, like years with other presidents, you could at least what's the word? To see if you could get the Justice Department would open up an investigation on these things like that. You can't get that now.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get that now. The Justice Department to open up and have these lawyers and stuff to see if they could get the Justice Department to open up an investigation on. You're not going to get anything with Trump's Justice Department because that's just a big old crooked. So crooked. It's a vile mess. That entire it's all of it is just shameful. And to say this is that I never would have thought that things were never the greatest, but I never would have thought we would have taken this type of downturn when an idiot rapist, adjudicated rapist, best friends with a sex trafficker, child abusing rapist.
Yeah. That's the mindset of the people.
Did you see?
And I don't know if you remember about that 1-year-old who got shot in the Walmart parking lot. That happened in Mississippi too. So they said the mama was stealing, but when they looked at the video
Oh,
camera,
with the baby, yeah.
when they looked at the video camera, they said the mother didn't steal anything, and that police officer shot that baby. And I don't know what happened to the police officer. I think that he got placed on leave or something, but he need to go to court and get charged for murder for killing that baby. But it's a black child, so most likely nothing won't happen.
Probably not. But were they shoplifting? I keep hearing people about they were shoplifting.
Okay, so
But
the mother was sitting in the car with the baby, and the story came out and said the mother had stole some Pampers. The mother didn't steal anything. Now, who she was with, I don't know what they were doing, but the mother didn't steal a thing. And he shot into that car. And that ain't what you're supposed to do if somebody's shoplifting anyway. The hell is shoplifting? You ain't supposed to take no gun out and shoot at people.
get the tag number. You can always swing back and pick up whoever you need to pick up.
Yeah.
That's the thing I never understood about that. You talking about shoplifting, Pampers.
I mean, shoplifting is
Swing
wrong.
back.
It's wrong to
Very wrong.
steal.
Ain't nobody
It's wrong
saying
to
it, right?
steal, but it ain't no damn death sentence.
No, that's not a death sentence. And you got the tag ID. Just go pick them people up. That's all. Isn't that all you need to do? Just run by and send the police over there. And I mean, but they trying to catch them with the Pampers, but you don't kill nobody over no Pampers.
Yeah, and if they
Even
were
if they were
stealing,
stealing.
the video would show that they were stealing, and who exactly was stealing. You know.
They on the video.
Yeah.
And you just put out a warrant for their arrest and go get them. I'm not understanding what is the big deal. But I tell you, people do be boosting and stealing and stuff like that. I was in Dollar Store last week, and no, was that? I think it was last Friday. I was in Dollar Store last Friday, and I had stopped. You know how the little hand baskets you carry around with you when you get your stuff.
Yeah.
I had bought my stuff and I was putting it at the door where you put your basket back on the thing when you leave it with the other basket. And the girl, she had two big old things full. You know, the dollar store got stuff for all kind of prices up in it.
Mm-hmm.
And the girl had two big old bags. I don't know, think it was Bounty, but two big old bags, like how they had the paper towels, and it'd be like 10 rolls in each, or 10 or 15 rolls. She had two big old bags. And when I was putting my basket down, I saw her walking carrying the stuff. So you know how you open the door
Mm-hmm.
because people carrying stuff out. So I opened the door and she walked out with it. Then I heard the cashier, I just opened the door. Her hands was full. And the cashier was like, wait, wait, come back here. And I looked over there and everybody was looking at me. I said, oh, I opened the door for her, didn't I? And they was like, yeah, you did. But that ain't got nothing to do with me. So you see people boost all the time. And they be brazen with it. So, but that ain't, you don't kill nobody over that.
Yeah, people
You lock them
do
up.
steal. People do steal, and it's mainly due to the economy. But I ain't making no excuses for people. You shouldn't steal. That's wrong. But you shouldn't die over it either. You know.
No, you shouldn't kill nobody over that. I don't think, like, if that girl had got picked up for boosting the paper towels, I don't even think you should spend alone. I don't think you should even go to jail for that. If
They
you
can
don't have
lock you
a
up. They can
record,
lock you up for stealing.
no, I know they can, but I'm saying I don't think you should spend no time for that. Yeah, you should get locked up. You have to
But
pay for that,
but with a crime
and you
like
should
that,
have
they got options.
but I don't think you should spend time in prison for that. Is what I'm
No,
saying.
they got
But you should be made to pay for that.
they got options. The most lenient thing that they can do is you can work it out in the store, return the items, and then the next thing up is you're gonna get trespass from the store. The next thing up, they call the police, and if the police get involved, then they probably gonna take you somewhere. But you got levels to stealing,
It's levels to that.
yeah,
And if it come down to community service, if you've been doing that boosted and stealing, give you some community service where you got to go out there, clean up the street, pick up trash. You know how they do that? It's
yeah.
levels to that. Nobody should be getting killed of it. That goes without saying. And
Nah,
nobody, I don't think you should be doing 5 years in prison for boosting paper towels. You should be made to pay for that
yeah.
and fix that for society. And you definitely, I think everybody, when they get caught doing that kind of stuff, should be given community service.
And I think that there's a dollar amount
Yeah.
on how severe the charge is, or something like that. I think over $50 is something, over $100 is something, and then, I think it goes like, I don't know, I don't steal, so.
I don't know.
But
I don't know how
that
it goes. But there's levels. Like you said, there's levels to it. I don't know how it works.
Mhm.
But you should, them young people that be out here doing that, they should get community service. Make them do a couple of months of picking up trash off the street. And that might make, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that I don't mind that. Picking up trash off the street, community service, well, I'm all for picking up trash because there's trash be on the ground in the street all over the place. Because I see them out there sometimes and you be driving and you see people be out there picking up the trash. They serving their community service. And I'm for that. I think that because you're paying that back to society and to the community.
Right.
So I'm for people doing community service. I'm big on community service.
Oh yeah, you should pay a
Because
price.
I know people, huh?
I said you should pay a
'Cause I
price for
know-
stealing.
You should pay a price because I've known people that had to do community service. I remember my girlfriend, they used to be boosting and stuff. This was a long time ago. Long time ago. And got caught for boosting. I don't think it was her first time. And somehow or another, some of the other people found out that she had community service. So what do, Tyrone? Everybody piled in the car and find out I don't know how they find this stuff out, where they doing the community service and drive past it and blow the horn so they can see them out there picking up trash. I'm for that type of stuff and embarrassment and stuff. Because you shouldn't be out there doing it. You're going to ruin your whole life out here doing dumb stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm for that kind of stuff. I don't know how they found out. Well, we knew she got the community service. But how they found out where, I don't know, from mothers. I don't know how they found out. And we hopped in my girlfriend's Chevette. one of my other girlfriends had a Chevette, and we piled in it. The police should have got us for too many people piled up in that car and drove over there and blow the horn and wave out the window. You see what I'm saying?
Right, right.
So that they could see you, embarrassment, see you. We ain't had no cell phones and stuff. Because we wasn't no more than like maybe 17, 18, 19. So they could see you, see them out there picking up trash, and then somebody throw something out the window. So they have to go pick that up. So I'm for that. I'm for that. And you know what? She ain't doing more boosting and stuff like that either.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm for stuff like that.
That's what it's designed for, to teach people a lesson.
A lesson, yeah. I'm for that. Because I was always too scared to do things like that. I was always too scared. Call me a chicken. And they said, "Oh, she used to say that I act like grandma." Like certain, not all my friends, but certain, you have different little groups.
Mm-hmm.
They say you act like grandma. You know, I'm not. Y'all go ahead and have fun. And when you get caught, you know, I'ma laugh at you and I'm gonna point at you, and I'll never forget that. We piled in my girlfriend little Chevette, little car she had. We went down there and drove by. It was blowing the horn, and I know like the people who they have watching over there, they wave you on like get on. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then we drove by past there and they threw out a bag of stuff on the street, and we was going about our business. Now pick that shit up, you know, and then we laughed. So, and that's good for her. Just think if we had cell phones and social media, you could put that up so everybody could see. And you need that embarrassment. I bet you might think twice for out there boosting in the stores.
Yeah, it teaches people a lesson, I think so. Whenever you punish them.
I think so. Some people, it teach them a lesson. So, and getting caught doing stuff like that, I don't have a problem. I know I have some cousins who, when they was young and dumb, had no business. They did not. They used to be out there doing dumb stuff like that and get caught up. Then they was like, you know, they got caught because we got the call down there from Sunset. They was over there shoplifting. Young people do dumb stuff like that, and we know it. So, but there was no social media back. We was in high school and stuff like that. We had no social media.
Right.
But if we did, we would have posted it, and everybody would have saw the whole school. And you need that embarrassment, and I bet you probably will. And for a lot of people, that's it. They ain't doing that no more because they don't want the embarrassment. But we shall see. I guess Tyrone, everybody done left us. What is it? Midnight?
Yeah, it's about time. So we ain't getting no phone calls from no crazy people tonight. So that's a good thing. That's always a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. And then hollering and screaming because all that hollering and screaming, I just wasn't up for it. I had a good night with Sham and stuff, and I was like, people call up on here. One last thing that I was going to go over about the war. I was listening. I should have pulled it up, but I didn't. I had just walked in the door before I called in. They were talking about like it's just this guy. He used to work. I think he worked under the what was it? The Bush administration? It might have W. I think it was W's administration. I think it was his administration. And he was saying that it was a pretty good video. And he was talking about like, because Trump is in a world mess with this whole war stuff, because they don't know what they're doing. And it's not going the way that it should, and maybe it shouldn't. And they've been lost this thing and all the lies and stuff that they're telling. But he was saying like how they blasting those military bases over in what's the country?
Iran?
In Saudi Arabia. No, it's Saudi Arabia. I'm talking about the Iranians are doing it.
Okay.
Over in Saudi Arabia and things like that. And that Iran could probably do even more damage. They holding back. And how he broke that thing down, I was like, I believe him. I think he know what he's talking about. They holding back.
Mm-hmm.
They could probably do much more damage Because did you hear anything about it saying that we are out of, what do you call it, emissions?
Munitions.
Have you been hearing munitions? Have you heard that?
Well, I heard it earlier on, but ain't nobody been reporting on it. So of course they're keeping stuff from the public, so they probably ain't
But not the
reporting on it.
regular media. A lot of the alternative media and all of them, they're saying we just about out of munitions.
Yeah.
But they don't want to say that. And that's one of the reasons why Trump said they're going to pull back from doing things for about 2 weeks. They're trying to, drum up some stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I just think we're in a worse predicament than what a lot of people think
Oh, we
as it
are.
relates to.
We are. We are. Cause under normal times, we as the public, they don't tell us everything, of course, but at least we'll be getting some type of report. They would tell the people what's going on. The Trump administration has cut
They're
off
not.
all information about what's going on with this war. They don't tell us nothing. So that tells
And
you
and
that
they lying.
it's not going good. Because if it was
And like
going
all the
good, they would be talking about it constantly.
exactly. And a lot of the experts are saying we're just about out of munitions. And we're just about out of reserves for this gas. Because I don't know how it's looking in South Carolina, but the gas went back up here.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had got it down to like 390, 380. And even the cheapest gas station that I go to, that I get my gas because I use the reward points, it's still gone back up to 420.
Well, it's not done going up because these people the gas is going to go up higher, and I think it's going
It's going to go up
to.
much higher.
Yeah, I
But
think
it's
it's going to go
creeping.
up. Even after. I mean, it ain't even kicked in yet. So.
It hasn't really kicked in because we low. They said that our reserves are low. And I noticed from last week to this week, it has gone up. So we back up way over $4 again here. And they were saying probably sometime in mid-August, we're going to be over $5 a gallon.
Wow. But they
So,
got these
I mean,
idiots so caught up in this culture war, and these politics that people really ain't paying attention. I know you and I are paying attention, but the people that
yeah,
support Donald Trump, those people
they
just
ain't paying attention.
ignore. They just ignoring it. They're trying to pretend like it ain't true.
And they were saying right around because our reserves are low. And that was one thing that they was using out of the reserves to keep they were using to keep prices from skyrocketing.
Yeah.
But at this point, they're not going to be able to do that because the reserves are low. Gas is creeping, like in some places it's $4.65 a gallon, and where I go, it's cheapest, and it was 119 for regular, and then who knows what the hell it is for medium and then for that's just for regular, 119. This was in a week. It has gone up 40 cents in a week. And so, and they said it's going to keep going up. They're not going to be able to do anything about it because the reserves is low. Because people have been saying that the gas was going to shoot up, and a lot of people will take note once it hit that $5. And if it keep going to, because it's going to be about $5 in about a week in some areas up here.
Well, I think it can go sky high, and Trump supporters and people like Sarge, they not gonna give a damn. They don't care.
Not gonna care. They're not gonna care. And then for the fall harvest, that too. The fall harvest and everything is about to skyrocket. Not just the gas, but the food. Everything is already, food is itching back up. And well, it had never went down, but it's itching up even more. And for the fall harvest, the people need to harvest that stuff for the fall. It's about to get pretty bad. It's about to get really bad. Because people didn't believe it. Like when I was telling people,
they're gonna struggle and they're gonna struggle and find a way to blame a Democrat. I guarantee you.
So bad.
They're gonna blame some Democrat. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna blame Joe no more, but they're gonna blame some damn Democrat. I guarantee.
They're gonna try. And I ain't heard nobody hollering. They be talking Hunter Biden. You heard he won that lawsuit against some people was lying on him. You heard about
Oh,
that?
he did. Well, that's good. I
He
mean,
want. Let me
Hunter
just.
Biden. I got questions, but I'm glad that he's out there now talking shit, and that's where he should be defending himself, defending his daddy. That's what he should be doing.
Let me just go over this part. Let me see. Hunter Biden. Biden
And
won.
he should sue them over those charges that he got. That's I don't know
He do, but
what
he
suit.
sued these people. Hunter Biden for the first defamation lawsuit against Patrick Byrne. They had to award him 1.7 million in punitives, 1 million in normal damage, and 35,000 in all of the court sanctions. And then the claim on the Hunter Biden, and let me say the allegations that Joe Biden solicited 800 million bribe from Iranian officials in 21 had President Joe Biden unfreeze 8 billion. And so he has other lawsuits that he gonna
Oh,
win all into.
that's important. That was the whole crux of Sarge's argument about
Yep.
the Biden crime family. Jesus Christ, where the hell is Sarge at now?
He won that lawsuit. They awarded him that money, and he has other lawsuits coming up, and he gonna win them too. And he is right to sue. He is right to sue them people.
Sarge ain't said a motherfucking thing about that. That's crazy. The Biden crime family. Joe Biden was getting this amount of money, and Hunter Biden was doing this, and he won the lawsuit. That's crazy.
And say nothing about all that stealing Trump and his children are doing. Nothing. But he won that lawsuit. They awarded him that money. I think it was last week.
That just proves how crazy these people is. They just crazy.
So that was the last thing I wanted to bring up for tonight. And I thought that was a good thing. I was glad to hear, and I see that. And I'm just sad about how they carrying on over Fauci. Hopefully, when a lot of some of this stuff die down, he get him some lawsuits. He probably won't.
Well, I seen a headline where it says Fauci pleads the fifth, and then when I seen that headline, I said, "Well, shit, I don't blame him. I do not blame him.
I don't blame him either. I wouldn't say nothing either.
Yeah, fuck it.
I wouldn't say anything either. And I hope Hunter Biden continue to sue people's droves off and get his damages. I hope he sues them and get his damages. And none of them are saying anything about that. They don't open their mouth about all that money the Trump family is stealing. And Trump's son-in-law, he's trying to get even another billion out of them damn Saudis. None of that is said. That's why I said them people are sick.
Yeah, well,
who go along with this stuff.
I can't mess with them. I just can't. I can't take them serious. That's just some. It's crazy.
I cannot take that stuff. So the people are sick. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go, and we'll see where we are next week. And,
right,
you take care of yourself.
Just to let you know, I'm gonna give you a heads up. Mitch McConnell's still gonna be dead next week. Just let you know.
I told you that. I told you what I think is going on with him, and we all know why. Because they don't want to have a special election.
He's still gonna be dead, so ain't nobody said nothing.
Yeah.
So
I told you, I'm with you too. I think he's brain dead. I do.
I think he's completely gone. I think he's in a coffin somewhere.
I don't think so. I think he's.
Look like Lisa dropped off. Well, look, guys, I enjoyed it tonight, and I'm gonna holler at y'all. Y'all be good. I'm getting ready to open up the lines and then shut YouTube down. And if y'all want to call in, there's still about 8 people on the line. Y'all can do that. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
Q&A session is over. All participants are unmuted.
I think that's it. Yeah. All right.